I've been reading through these prophecies in the oral, cause I search out what the prophets see. A well of knowledge, I feel like I hit the lottery. Living waters for the thirsty, you can come and drink. I've been reading through these prophecies in the oral, cause I search out what the prophets see. A well of knowledge, I feel like I hit the lottery. Living waters for the thirsty, you can come and drink. I sing you the song of Moses. We rockin' not guns and roses. This rock was meant for the chosen. I chose what the prophets quoted. The word sent from the heavens was heavy-handed to great men with reproofs and instruction to turn a nation from great sin. See how this cloud of witnesses testifying of a people that's to come. It's been revealed that we the ones. 144K leaders among the nations. We pray for the day of vengeance. Your prophets been staying patient. Satan tried to box me in, but my spirit was untrappable. I cut the eagle off at the wings cause I'm unflappable. Hold up, holy Jehoshaphat, bring them down to the valley, dispose. That's what a dumpster at, blood to the horse's bridle. Rehearsing prophetic poetry, listen to my recital. Tried to quarantine the movement, we working, not staying idle. And I don't know what the future holds, but I've been holding on. And the mystery showed to us is more than the prophets of old. Now here we go on this road again. Take this walk of repentance and listen to godly discourse. Counsel for your decision is key. Just look and see, has there anyone been forsaken? A righteous man begging bread, I ain't seen if I ain't mistaken. Stay true while waiting on your breakthrough. Make this a habit to study, pray, and apply the commandments. This world is madness. And if you needing more clarity, just open up the Bible and you can see what the prophecy. There is no knowledge higher than the prophecy. I'm in the oral cause I search out what the prophecy. A well of knowledge, I feel like I hit the lottery. Living water for the thirsty, you can come and drink. I've been reading through these prophecies. I'm in the oral cause I search out what the prophecy. A well of knowledge, I feel like I hit the lottery. Living water for the thirsty, you can come and drink. Okay, I wrote this 16 during COVID-19. Passed over 2020, about to let freedom ring. Prophesied the plagues of Egypt is coming on Babylon. See, I walk a narrow path, the road less traveled on. You're in it for the long ride, go throw your saddle on. And I equip the whole armor, I'm getting my battle on. And I know my people able, but Edom stay raising Cain. We navigate the floods of waters, this grace an amazing thing. Look, when times is hard, it got your heart shook. Stay inside the secret place of the most high, this our book. Better men, we better than the ghettos that they placed us in. As long as the sun in the sky, feet of Israel never end. No weapon formed against us. That means no pestilence, no plague, no 5G. My God is in control of everything. Faith as a mustard seed is why I'm walking with the giants. Zephaniah 9, 3, and 10 beyond the rivers, my supplying. See, I just do the work, we stay in fringes looking fly. And keep the laws and faith in Christ until I meet him in the sky. We profess to preach the gospel, if you're ever asking why. Sit down and dust off the Bible, you should open up your eyes to the prophecy. I'm in the oral cause I search out what the prophecy. A well of knowledge, I feel like I hit the lottery. Living water for the thirsty, you can come and drink. I've been reading through these prophecies. I'm in the oral cause I search out what the prophecy. A well of knowledge, I feel like I hit the lottery. Living water for the thirsty, you can come and drink.
Babylon, I'm about to fall. Oh, you gon' hear about it. You gon' hear about it. Right now you in your kingdom, and that's why you're showing out in front of everybody. In front of everybody. Babylon, I'm about to fall. Oh, you gon' hear about it. You gon' hear about it. The prophecy and revelations coming true, and I know that you read about it. You done read about it. Babylon about to fall.
Babylon about to fall down. Like the London Bridge is coming all down, yeah. When Christ return, there ain't no one to call now. Don't even think that you can hide or even run now, no. If you ain't living right, then it's repent or die. Wake up to the truth cause you was sleeping lies. You think sinning is hot, then you're in full of fire. Make haste to keep his laws because the end is nigh. Things just playing out, the war already won. The prophecies coming to pass, but they already done. All praise to the black Messiah, God's begotten son. Cause Babylon fit born.
Babylon about to fall. Oh, you gon' hear about it. You gon' hear about it. Right now you in your kingdom, and that's why you're showing out in front of everybody. front of everybody. Babylon about to fall. Oh, you gon' hear about it. You gon' hear about it. The prophecy and revelations coming true, and I know that you read about it. You done read about it. Babylon about to fall.
Tongues bursting like Sodom, kidnap them princes and daughters. Prepare them dogs for the slaughter. For them who hung us and robbed us. For them who sold us and bought us. Who cut us off from our fathers. Praise the Lord for a judgment. I want them scorching and tortured. All praises, we've been waiting for them revelations. Them prophecies expose the wicked amongst all the nations. Who made the world drink up for wine of fornication. Your country, 'tis it, the mother of all abominations. See the foundation, bunch of red faces, now supposed to be in our places. Greatly mistaken, great desolation, waiting, coming for the Cayman. To the saints have patience, we gon' shine again. Waiting on our time again. Great fall of Babylon, never to rise again.
Oh, you gon' hear about it. You gon' hear about it. Right now you in your kingdom, and that's why you're showing out in front of everybody. In front of everybody. Babylon about to fall. Oh, you gon' hear about it. You gon' hear about it. The prophecy and revelations coming true, and I know that you read about it. You done read about it. Babylon about to fall.
There is one reason that shows why people get off.
So people with dark skin getting off.
Black.
Black skin.
Yeah, this world is so wicked, it got my mind gone. But we been flipping through scriptures, it got my mind blown. And since we back on the mission with our forefathers' traditions, and we been painting the pictures like the time drawn. Yeah, this world is so wicked, it got my mind gone. But we been flipping through scriptures, it got my mind blown. Since we back on the mission with our forefathers' traditions, and we been painting the pictures like the time drawn. I done been tried in that fire and made it out.
Hey, shalom. Welcome back to another week of
Let's Talk Truth.
Today you got myself, Officer Emmanuel.
Officer Jonah.
Officer Zachariah.
Officer Baruch.
Officer Isaiah.
All praise to the Most High. So, the title for today is Decadence in Destruction. Now, decadence ain't no Negro word.
Right?
Is it,
Right,
they
I-
saying
I had to-
decorations?
I had to look it up.
What he saying?
Is that like going into
dedicated?
decor? Like, what is that talking about? I know. We gonna help y'all out. All right, the root word of decadence is decay. All right, so in the last stages of any empire or society, you got this, this long period of time in which everything seems all good and everybody's eating and drinking and twerking, but the society is falling apart. The morals, the economics, everything is crumbling down while it's being smokescreen with fun and VMA booty shaking men on men. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know the society is nearing its destruction. Fall. So, because I know, look, we on a real underground radio. So we got a lot of, so-called African Americans out there listening that, they think, hey, man, I just smoke my weed. I just want to kick it. I just want to, you know what I'm saying? Right. But y'all need to wake the hell up. Right. We living in the last days.
Yes, sir.
Missiles, destruction, nuclear fire, all that is coming to America. It's coming to a couch near you. So you need to get the hell up off of it. You know what I'm saying? Wake the hell up.
That's right.
That's why we going over this. All right, decadence and destruction. All right, but in the meantime, make sure y'all share, like, subscribe. We got a number in the bottom right-hand corner. Call in. You know what I'm saying? Call in, give your opinion. Let us know what you think. All right? We want to interact with the people. All right? Go ahead.
Hey, you know what's funny about this topic? I'm glad you touching on this because similar to the word toxic, you know how our people try to make it like, well, we're going to use toxic as a good thing to make us feel better.
Right.
Our people try to do that with the word decadent too. Like they'll say something is decadent or whatever. This decadent right here.
Stupid.
Like, bro, what? You realize what you're saying? But we gonna. I know you.
The root word of decadent is decay. How can that be a good thing? For real, but I'll praise to the Most High. But y'all know, before we get into the topic, we gotta warm up.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta warm up. So
Stretch on, jumping jacks.
we finna show y'all what's going on the east side of the world. Now, a lot of our people, you know what I'm saying, they think they African. You got a lot of Pan-Africanists or whatever. We do come from that continent, but we're not Hamitic. You know what I'm saying? We not, you know, with the majority of African people lineage is, we not that. Right. All right? But, you know, you got the Dr. Umar Johnsons and all of them, and even Donald Trump's, you know, the leftists, the right people,
Right.
that, you know, they like to tell us, go back to Africa.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on now, dawg.
If you got this type of imagination, you done watched Coming to America, and you think that, oh, we need to go back to our homeland so I can be a king.
Cap.
And I can, you know what I'm saying, live in paradise, head ass, and play with tigers. This was really going on in Africa. All right? The white man got his foot in their ass. Play that video.
So from the second week of September, people may not be allowed to worship in churches and mosques without showing proof of their vaccination cards at the gates. Similarly, people will not be allowed to event centers for parties or receptions without showing proof of their vaccination cards at the gates of these occasions. We have made adequate arrangements with security to prevent anybody who does not have a vaccination card from accessing any of these events. Also, you will not be allowed to access banking services in Edo State from the middle of September if you have not been vaccinated.
Now, so what comes with that, what comes with that is that, you know, most people who familiar with Christianity or whatever, the first thing that come to my mind, that come to their mind when they think about somebody saying you can't go to the store and do this unless you got this, is the mark of the beast.
Exactly.
So
Come on now.
Right.
the vaccine card is not the mark of the beast.
Right. Get out.
But what was just brought out is going into the mark of the beast. So we gonna explain it real quick.
Right.
I ain't go to Revelation. Revelation chapter 13. Revelation 13. And let's do verse.
It's how you know when the last days. Y'all gotta pay attention. The last days right here.
Revelation 13 and verse. Start at verse 11.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. And he had two horns like a lamb. And he spake as a dragon.
Right. So this beast that came out of the earth with the two horns like a lamb is talking about America. All right. The two horns going into democracy, republicanism, or whatever.
Message.
And all of this, like the origin of the nation was supposed to be founded on Christianity. So they appear as if some type of, you know, morally instilled, you know, Christian,
Cap.
you know, nation, like a lamb, but it says he spake as a dragon because the laws that they put out in the earth, the things that they implement, the things that they do, the attacks that they make on other nations for their resources, is that of a dragon, a devourer, a destroyer, a devil.
Right.
This is America.
Read on.
Verse 12. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him.
Right, meaning he do the same things that Rome did. And it's in the Bible, we can read it. With the Senate House and all of that Rome had, it's in the scriptures. They mirror the foundational principles of the Roman Empire. All right, they exercise all the same power, read on.
And causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast. whose deadly wound was healed.
Right, the deadly wound is going into the fall of the Roman Empire. But like it said in Malachi 1, we have fallen, but we gonna rebuild.
Right.
So that's what the deadly wound was healed is going into. They went from the Roman Empire being fallen or whatever, then the Renaissance era, and birthed into the United States of America. All right, read on. So hold on, wait. When it say, cause it the earth and them which dwell therein to worship that beast, that means that they spread their influence throughout the whole globe. And they get everybody to assimilate within the agenda that they push. Understand that? Read on.
And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
Right, like Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Is that how you pronounce it? That's it. Right, when they dropped the atomic bombs.
Right.
That was a great, nobody ever done that before. That was a great wonder that these geek Caucasian American scientists was allowed, like,
Yes, sir.
you know what I'm saying?
Conjure
For
it up to
real.
you, right?
That only the devil can give you that wisdom to create that. All right, read on.
And he doeth great wonders, verse 14, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Right, so what nation in the earth pushed the hardest the white image of Jesus Christ? Who got it to where it's seared in everybody's mind? The first thought when they see that effeminate, white, pale, regular looking white, pale, feminine guy.
Right.
As soon as they see that image, they say the first thought is Jesus.
Right.
Whose fault is that?
This is America.
You know what I'm saying? Whose fault is that? That is America.
Right.
That's the one that made this image to be worshipped. All right, jump down to verse 16.
Verse 16, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Right, so one might think, well, that means that in my right hand, America is going to make me get a chip, a card, a barcode. You know what I'm saying? Something of that nature to where if I try to go to the store, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then I'm going to have to need that mark.
Right.
That's not what they're talking about. Watch this. Go to, what's the one Bishop pulled the other week when it was all in one scripture? I think it's chapter
18. Let me see.
I think it's in the earlier teens. No, yeah, go ahead.
Hey, what this made me think
Might be
of
16.
is in that Isaiah chapter 14 and 12 at the end of that verse when it says, how thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, that did weaken the nations. This is Lucifer. When our people think of Satan or the last days, they think of Dante's Inferno. When they tell you that Satan got into a fight with God and God knocked him out of heaven and then he just fell like Neo off the Matrix and landed on his back. He ended up here and giving everybody the microchip. No, the man that's Lucifer, the man that's weakening the nations is what you see right now. Traveling the world, setting up embassies, got a military government base in all these countries, making his politics, making his policies go through Africa, making his policies go through South America. Yeah, y'all got to get the vaccine too. Y'all got to get it. Y'all got to get it. And using our people as puppets, in turn, that's weakening the nations.
Yeah, I think it's chapter 15, verse 2. Watch this.
The book of Revelation, chapter 15 and verse 2.
Come on.
And I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast.
So you got the people in the end, which is going to be the Israelites that keep the commandments and faith in Christ, that get victory over the beast, which is America. Read.
and over his image,
The image, the white image of Christ. Read.
and over his mark,
Read.
and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having harps of God.
Right, so the mark in the 666, all of that is the same thing. It's going into the sin of America.
Right.
The sin that they push, they policies and they what's the word? They the policies and the get Daniel 8:25 real quick. The policies, the embargoes that they put on the nations, the sanctions.
Yeah.
Thank y'all. Somebody, come on, fumes pop. All right. Daniel 8:25.
The book of Daniel, chapter 8 and verse 25.
Come on.
And through his policy.
Through his what?
Through his policy.
Through his what?
Through his policy.
Through his vaccine card.
Through his policy.
Nah, through the barcode.
And through his policy.
Nah, the chip.
And through his policy.
Read.
Also he shall cause craft to prosper
He
into his
shall
hand.
cause craft to prosper into his hand, meaning he shall deceive the world. He gonna have nations on the whole other side of the world forcing people not to be able to go to church, not to be able to go to the bank, not to be able to go out to eat, unless they got an injection of a damn virus.
Come on, man.
They say it's a vaccine, but they putting a virus in you.
Hey.
They able to push this on melanated people, the same people that they've been warring with for years. Trying to oppress and enslave and all of that. They got them to follow that. That's policy. So it's not about the vaccine card. It's about the policy of you having to get the vaccinations. It's about the policy of you having to agree with this and this and that in order for America to still deal with you and trade and things of that nature. That's what the mark is going into.
Right.
All right? Somebody was finna say something.
I was going to say, you got to think about this too. For them to start over there, that's one thing. But what they're doing is see how it's going to prosper. If it's a success, eventually it's going to come here. And you ain't going to be able to go outside to your church, to your supermarket without the policies being put in place. You got to see it.
All right, now watch this. Go to Matthew 16 because, as you know, IUIC pushing the truth throughout the earth.
Right.
And we are setting up where the Spirit of the Most High is using us to set up little sanctuaries, right?
That's right.
So, you know, we done been to Africa many times. We got many congregations in Africa, including Nigeria.
All right.
So, one thing about it, you know what I'm saying, is say when a dragon is, he know he got a short time, he gonna be wroth and make war with the remnant that keep his commandments. So in the midst of all of their efforts to control the world in this totalitarianism, I don't think I said it right, totalitarianism, and all of that, understand that they still making moves directly against us. The purple and gold people y'all think is insignificant or whatever, they still doing things indirectly but really directly to affect our mission. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. But watch what Christ said, Matthew 16:18.
The book of Matthew, chapter 16 and verse 18. And I say also unto thee, that thou art Peter.
Come on.
And upon this rock I will build my church.
Right, the church is built on Christ. Christ is the Son of God. He overcame death. Nothing could stop Christ. That's the foundation of this movement. Like Bishop said, if you kill all of us and mess around, mess up and leave one brother with the understanding that we got, this will never stop. Why? Because it's built on the foundation of Christ, the Black Messiah.
That's right.
Freedom.
And the gates of hell.
The what?
And the gates of hell.
The beast, his mark, his name, his all of that, his policy shall what?
Shall not prevail against
it. Ain't gonna stop this truth. Your vaccination requirements and mandates and all of that is not stopping this truth.
That's right.
It won't happen. That's what this agenda all about. We got to see this stuff spiritual now.
That's
That's
right.
the same thing that happened in Egypt with the Pharaoh wanted to make sure all male child was dead.
Right.
But guess what? It was one that went under the radar. And we ended up rising back up and still getting out of captivity.
Exactly. All praise to the Most High. Now let's move on to the next thing. Now watch this.
These teens are charged with conspiracy to commit a mass Columbine-style school shooting. Connor Pruitt, 13, and his 14-year-old buddy Philip Bird were allegedly planning to target their middle school in Lehigh Acres, Florida.
The arrest happened after an 8th grade teacher got a tip from a student at the school that one of the boys had a gun in his backpack. When the backpack was opened, no gun was found, but police say there was a map with markings allegedly showing the exact location of all of the surveillance cameras in the school.
The teens are said to have been extensively studying the 1999 Columbine massacre.
What do you say about what you think their intent was?
I am absolutely convinced that we prevented a mass shooting. The two suspects have been surfing online trying to buy guns on the black market. They researched thoroughly Columbine. They were inspired by Columbine.
Deputies searched their homes and found ammo, shotgun shells, knives, and other weapons. Philip Bird's mother, Carrie Tuller, broke down in tears during their appearance in court on Sunday.
He's just a little boy. He didn't think this was really serious.
I spoke with Carrie and stepdad Chris today.
Carrie, how are you convinced that your son was not about to carry out a mass shooting?
My son is no monster. He would not have hurt anybody. My niece goes to the school, and he sure as heck wouldn't have hurt his family.
Hey, I got a few precepts for these demons right here. Hey, get Proverbs 20 and 11 first. Let's debunk this doctrine that, yeah, you know, they're young and they were just being young and they're not really like that and Listen, hey, I've been a teenager. It wasn't that long ago. You know what I'm saying? I was an adolescent before, and I was smart. You know what I'm saying? I knew I was conscious of what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I was able to make my own income. I was able to, you know what I'm saying, be able to construct social media pages and all of that you going to a next level of intellect once you hit a certain age. It's no more, no, that's not really how he is. And nah, that's how he is. But let's see what God say. Read what you got.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 20 and verse 11.
Even
a child.
Even a what?
Even a child.
That's what God say. So the red devil gonna say, you know, whatever to try to save their child from getting the justice that need to be served, meaning he need to be behind bars forever. But they gonna say whatever to justify it. But God say what?
Even a child.
Even a what?
Even a child.
Is what?
It's known by his doings.
Is known by his doings. Read on.
Whether his work be pure and whether it be right.
So God said you can examine a child and know whether his work is right or not. So we see these children, the stuff that they conspiring, and we able to make the discernment like, no, these little devils ain't right.
Exactly.
Even though they children, they ass ain't right. Get Psalms 58 and 3.
This man watching old massacre videos.
Your daddy's son.
Yeah. Psalms 58 verse 3.
The book of Psalms, chapter 58 and verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb.
The what?
The wicked are estranged from the womb.
God said the wicked, the people that grow up and want to do Columbine shootings, shoot up schools and colleges and the football arenas and Walmarts. It said they born like that. They were made like that. The wicked are estranged from the room. Read on.
They go astray as soon as they be born.
They go astray as soon as they born. So when he was a child there, he was doing little evil stuff on the damn playground. He was already showing signs of being a damn mass shooter, but they just ignored it. Oh, he's a little kid. Read on.
Speaking lies.
Speaking what?
Speaking lies.
Right, and that's why they trying to save him now. Oh no, he's not like that. They know damn well they got a little demon devil on their hands.
All the movies we watch is always a white devil.
Right, that's all they do is lie. All right, one more scripture for me. Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 10. This is what God said about them. So don't get it twisted. Don't be deceived. Don't be bamboozled. This is how they are. This is their nature. All right? God made two manners of people in Genesis 25. All right? He made a plain man. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, hey, that he ended up choosing. And then he made a cunning hunter. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that would live by the sword.
Right.
You know? Read what you got.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verse 10.
Watch this.
But executing thy judgments upon them by little and little.
Come on.
Thou gavest them place of repentance.
Come on.
Not being ignorant that they were a naughty generation.
God said he know this is a naughty generation. Very naughty. All right, read on.
And that their malice was bred in them.
God said that their malice, their evil intents in their brain, their cogitations to, well, I just jumped the gun.
Right.
But they thought process to conspire evil, destruction, and murder and all of that was what?
Their malice was bred in them.
God said that evil nature was bred in them. That's in their pedigree.
Who raised you?
Esau like, you don't know my pedigree?
Right.
You know, I'm 12, but I can shoot an assault rifle.
Right.
I can kill everyone here. You know what I'm saying? God said their malice was bred in them. Read on.
And that their cogitation would never be changed.
God said they thought process to be wicked and just kill and murder, steal, kill, and destroy, it would never be changed.
This is America.
It would never be changed. That's what God said. All right, y'all hear something?
John 8. I got to get it. The John 8 and 44. John 8 and 44.
The book of John. Oh, you said 8 and 44?
8 and 44.
The book of John, chapter 8 and verse 44. Ye are of your father, the devil.
That's what they are. They are of their father, the devil. That's what they are. Read it.
And the lust of your father ye will do.
Like what? Read.
He was a murderer from the beginning.
He was a what?
He was a murderer from the beginning.
This is what they do. They are murderers from the beginning. It's in them. It's in their DNA from the beginning. Read on.
And abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own.
Right. Read on.
For he is a liar.
For he is a what?
For he is a liar.
We just read that in Psalms 58. They are liars. It's bred in them to lie and murder. That's their spirit. That's their nature. Read on.
And the father of
They
it.
are the father of murder. They the father of lies. That's why you got a white Jesus, and that's why you're getting killed by them in the streets day in, day out.
Dang. Hey, they be in the classroom looking like, I got enough bullets in this gun to
Count heads.
hey, count everybody in the classroom.
They got that clicker that they have when you go to the store. Like, it's like 1,100 of them I see. About to wipe them out, man. It's assassins.
I got about 13 in this clip.
Damn.
Ready for it.
For real. Bro. They not right. They not right. All right. So, all right, y'all won.
Yeah,
sir. Let's get into the topic, man. Let's get into the topic real quick.
Check.
Pull up. Yeah. Is that the one I wanted first? Yeah, pull that up. Put that on the screen. All right. Scroll up. Read the title.
The Age of Decadence. Cut the drama. The real story of the West in the 21st century is one of stalemate and stagnation.
It's one of stalemate and stagnation. Scroll down a little bit. Scroll down. All right, read the truth. Start at the truth.
The truth of the first decades of the 21st century, a truth that helped give us the Trump presidency, but will still be an important truth when he is gone, is that we probably aren't entering a 1930s style crisis for Western liberalism or hurting forward toward transhumanism or extinction. Instead, we are aging, comfortable and stuck.
We are aging what?
Comfortable and stuck.
We are aging, comfortable and stuck. So basically, they saying that the United States of America is not on a rise. It's not going up.
Hell no.
It's already reached its peak. But we gonna get that in the scriptures. All right. It says we are aging, comfortable, and stuck. Come on.
Cut off from the past and no longer optimistic about the future.
Come on.
Spurning both memory and ambition.
It says spurning both memory and ambition. Come on.
While we await some saving innovation or revelation. Growing old unhappily together in the light of tiny screens.
You know what's funny about that when it says spurning both memory and ambition? You know what's been happening for the past 10 years? It's like every damn movie that come out is a remade version. You know what I'm saying? Some of them, they be remade a second or third time. How many damn Halloweens have y'all seen? At least how many times they gonna tell the origin of Michael Myers, man? How many times they gonna tell the origin of Batman? Like we know, we get it. You know what I'm saying? But everything is, they gotta renew the greatness of something that's already been. Nobody's making a new Batman, a new
Power Ranger.
You know what I'm saying? We done reached the peak, and all we doing is spurning memory. For real, and we growing unhappily. Scroll down. Read that.
The word decadence is used promiscuously, but rarely precisely. In political debates, it's associated with a lack of resolution in the face of threats. With Neville Chamberlain and W.B. Yeats lying about the best lacking all conviction. In the popular imagination, it's associated with sex and gluttony. It's
associated with what?
With sex and gluttony.
Come on.
With pornographic romances and chocolate strawberries.
Right, but they go into what you were saying, right? We we use the word decadence to describe, you know, when it's a sexy, erotic scene or something like that. But what's funny is that decadence goes into that as far as a society, the perspective of the society. Everybody is caught up in sex and gluttony. In the meanwhile, the society is decaying that they're in. All right, go ahead and scroll down to following in the footsteps.
Following in the footsteps of the great cultural critic Jacques Barzun, we can say that decadence refers to economic stagnation.
It refers to what?
Economic stagnation.
It refers to economic stagnation. Now, one thing about it, because you know we before the pandemic, you know what I'm saying? It was, you know, people was getting into the Bitcoin. It seemed like maybe it was gonna be, you know, some type of going upwards.
Right.
But the pandemic hit, then all these stimuluses and the dollar losing its value and all that. It is the Most High made it the word. There's no economic growth from here.
Hell no.
So we've been dealing with economic stagnation. All right, keep going.
Institutional decay.
What?
Institutional decay.
Institutional decay. Now, what's heavy about that? We gonna get into it. But that's going into like the school system.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The banks, you know what I'm saying? All of the institutions that were once held in high regard and prestigious, all of those are on the decline.
Message.
All right, go ahead.
And cultural and intellectual exhaustion at a high level of material prosperity.
In a high level of material prosperity.
Bring it out.
In the midst of all of this, the decline of schools and businesses and the infrastructure and cities is trash and the buildings, all these dilapidated houses, it seems like everywhere is falling down. In the midst of all of that, everybody on Instagram with the racks.
Bring it out.
Everybody up. The PP loans, between the PP loans and scams and all of that, everybody balling. Everybody got money. Everybody, if you ain't got money, there's something wrong with you, right? It's a high level of material prosperity. Everybody on Instagram flexing. Go ahead.
And technological development.
And what's that one devil name?
Jeff Bezos?
Who? Elon Musk. You got the Tesla robots, the Tesla spaceship, the damn, all of this technological. Damn.
Come on, man.
Technological development is going on. But guess what? It ain't nobody that's being raised intellectually to carry on all this technological development.
Right.
For real. They didn't set themselves up for the robots to damn kill us all.
This is America.
All right. Keep reading.
Under Decadence, Barzan wrote, the forms of art as of life seem exhausted.
The forms of art as of life seem exhausted. So even when you examine like music, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's getting to where the majority of the music that you hear comes from a standpoint of being depressed. Like you got the ride waves and the, you know, like that's the wave.
I've been broke so many times.
Exactly. People getting on the track like, and it sounds good when they like, oh la la, oh la la, real.
They
It's exhausted.
Come on, man.
Come on. Read.
The forms of art of as of life seem exhausted. The stages of development have been run through.
Come on.
Institutions function painfully.
Function painfully. Come on.
Repetition and frustration are the intolerable result.
Come on.
He added, when people accept futility and the absurd as normal, the culture is decadent.
When people accept futility and the absurd as normal. Like when the WAP hit and that was okay, like that didn't get canceled, that didn't get no pushback. Like it's still on the internet, it's fine, it's 1 billion views. Once that was accepted, we knew. Like, nah, hell nah. The world gotta end soon. The world gotta end soon.
And then Nas. Lil Nas.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
Exactly.
Nigga, you gay.
We gonna show all of that. You know what I'm saying? What's going on stages now? 10, 20 years ago when we were little kids.
Nah, wearing baggy clothes.
We wouldn't finna see that on the national TV.
No way.
No. Remember when Janet Jackson in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, with Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, and it was like, oh my God. Like, it was like old. And then the people that saw it like, yeah, I caught that. Yeah.
Right.
That's nothing. Now, if that was to happen today, it'd be like, why she ain't let the other one fall? What is she doing?
Come on, why she even
Take
wearing
it
a
all
shirt?
off.
Express yourself. Follow your dream.
Why are you wearing a shirt?
For real.
Dangerous.
Keep reading.
And crucially, the stagnation is often a consequence of previous development.
Come on.
The decadent society is by definition
Scroll down.
a victim of its own success.
A victim of its own success. That's America. All right. So, in case y'all didn't know, all right, real quick, just Google the stage of decadence. Just Google it real quick. In that same, right there at the top, in the address bar. Just, I don't know. What is that, Bing? Is that Google?
Hey, I hope our people are really understanding what we're bringing out with decadence, because
Go to Google.
although everything looks normal, what he bringing out is we living in a zombie land that's only getting worse.
Right.
Although you still see the malls and you still see the shopping centers and the nice cars, we going downhill.
Right.
This is not a good place to be.
Hey, when he brought out that sex and gluttony, like you see that all over social media. All people doing is, like he was saying, showing money, and everywhere they go, they got to take a picture of their plate and post it.
Right.
Everywhere they go,
They call it food porn.
everywhere they.
They also
exactly.
they pushing that big on YouTube. You got these women just be sitting in front of big
Yeah.
plates and just
Mukbang.
eating and getting paid.
Yep.
Mukbang.
That's that
Mukbang.
gluttony, man.
I don't want to hear that.
All right, watch this. Pull it up. All right, scroll down a little bit. Scroll down. Right there, hit scroll up a little bit. hit that little arrow at the top when it say, what are the 7 stages of an empire? So it's 7 stages, all right? Stage 1 is sound money, public works programs, Bretton Woods, never-ending war. We went through that in the 50s, 40s, 50s, eternal inflation. Stage 6, where we are today. That's the stage of decadence. It's stage 6. Stage 7 is destruction. Scroll down. It's another one.
It's same.
Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. All right. Hit on. Yep. Hit on the life cycles of empires.
It's scary because people really thinking they're winning right now.
Scroll down.
They think everything all safe.
Scroll down. Scroll down.
That's how you know America is a bubble, though.
Exactly.
We
Scroll
sitting here in
down.
this bubble,
All
and
right,
we
look.
protected.
So when it say read they, scroll up a little bit. Started in his 1978.
In his 1978 book, The Fate of Empires and the Search for Survival, he described a common pattern fitting the history of some fallen empires. They went through a cycle of stages as they started
in the 1400s Renaissance. Go ahead.
Expanded
in the 1600s with all of the Louisiana Purchase and the West and all of that. Go ahead. Matured. The democracy, civil rights. We all free now. Go ahead. Decline. Now, drugs, sex, glorification, vainglory, right? The idleness, all of this is decline. It didn't reach the peak, and now it started to decline, and then what?
And collapse.
That's how you know destruction is near.
Right.
That's right.
All right? So now, real quick, it's 2 Ezra 14, verse 17. Watch this.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 14 and verse 17. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age.
What did God tell Ezra? Read it again.
For look how much the world shall be weaker through age.
God said the world was going to be weaker through age. After so long, after a society makes it here and there and everywhere, guess what? It's going to be weakened, right? It has an expiration date. Go ahead.
So much the more shall evils increase upon them
So
that
in
dwell
the
therein.
age in which it's weakening, it's going to be an increase, a strengthening of sin and evil.
Right.
So the more evil that you see, that means the weaker this nation is getting. Right? That's what God is saying. Get Obadiah. Obadiah 1:1. So we're going to explain to y'all in the Bible real quick the biblical timeline of this empire. All right, read what you got.
Obadiah, verse 1.
Come on.
The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom.
Real quick, hold that. Get Genesis 36 and 8 real quick, because Edom, we want y'all to understand when it say 2 different names, it's talking about the same person. I read that.
Genesis chapter 36 and verse 8. Come on. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom.
Esau is Edom. So when it say concerning Edom, it's also concerning Esau because it's the same nation. Go back to Obadiah. Now read verse 4.
Verse 4.
Come on.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
Right. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. This nation, this Edomite empire, has, since the time of Rome, really even Greece, since the ancient times, they've always exalted themselves as the eagle. Now that deadly wound has been healed. Now they America. Now you see it on your dollar. You see it everywhere. You got to bow down to it and pledge to it every football game and all that, right? They're exalted as the eagle. Go ahead.
And though thou set thy nest among the stars.
And in 1969,
right,
when they what's his name? Neil Armstrong? Yeah, when they landed on the moon, what did he say?
The eagle has landed.
The eagle has landed, right? That was the peak of the United States of America. That was when they was at their peak. All right. That was before the crack epidemic and all of that, and the Ronald Reagan, and you know what I'm saying? All of that, right? Read on.
Thence will I bring thee down.
God said from that point, when y'all hit that damn moon, when y'all said y'all nest among the stars, from that point will I bring you down. That was the beginning of the decline of the United States of America. For real. Now, real cool. You was going to say something?
Yeah, something that you hit on in there, proving that these people got pride, was that basically you said they had an empire before that already went through decadence and collapse. But in their mind, no, we gonna bring this head back up. We gonna try this again.
Right.
Now realizing God gonna do the same thing again, but this time it's gonna end a little different.
Exactly. 2nd Ezra 69. So we connecting the dots for y'all. Now God said that this empire will be on a decline after their space travel, right? Now, y'all might be thinking, well, that means, okay, China's next, then we just gonna have to, learn Chinese and stuff. Nah, watch this. Read what you got.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world.
Esau is the end of the world. We gonna show y'all, look, the Esau said it himself without knowing what he said. Right. Our society coming to an end, it's not just our end, it's gonna be the end of the whole planet.
That's right.
He said it out of his own mouth in a video referring to decadence.
Right.
For real. All right, read on.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
Meaning that's when God's chosen people are going to begin to reign. All right? This world is going to be destroyed and God's kingdom is going to be established in the earth. All right, so before we get there, we got to go through this decadence and then destruction. Right. All right, but we going to dive into all this real quick. We got to take a quick break. Don't go nowhere. Right. This is Let's Talk Truth.
To the Garden of Eden. The last show, the righteous judge standing at the door. 6 rings on me, like MJ, 2/3 got to go. Double honors, we a flock of kings. Great light shining on the earth. The laws of Yah can't cut the corners. Tree of life is not a stain on us. Watch me whip a chariot. BHI, they put the blame on us. The Bible is a weapon. And you know we always got that thing on us. Who gon' rise up for the king? Chain me faster than an eye can blink. Redeem me from Edom. These last days ain't no time to faint. Yo, big things popping.
That was admit that a lot of people don't even realize they. I've called her. She hasn't responded. I've called her more than a few times.
But the Zulu Nation, I'm like, what the hell is this? I know nobody know what I'm talking about. You'll leave me on the island by myself. I don't know what the hell Bishop's talking about. That's what y'all do. Then after class, yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I just don't want to be caught out there. The hell is this? Get on my damn nerves. So read that again.
Big things popping.
Dry ears.
What club was that at? That was admit that a lot of people don't even realize they. I've called her. She hasn't responded. I've called her more than a few times.
But the Zulu Nation, I'm like, what the hell is this? I know nobody know what I'm talking about. You'll leave me on the island by myself. I don't know what the hell Bishop's talking about. That's what y'all do. Then after class, yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I just don't want to be caught out there. The hell is this? Get on my damn nerves.
Time the great whore down and them bombs need dropping. Most high about to switch a noodle, go Alfredo on them pasta. Cooking coons in the month of June, they can't barbecue like Papa. What you must forgot about Sodom, don't give me no lip. Especially if you send me on ships. Sauce, I don't need no chips, cherry is gon' dip. Coons in October, that's it. New Jerusalem, that's this. Gotta run it back, that's a hit. Backslide on the God, get your wing split. Nation gon' die, it's over, that's it. Babylon burning like a torch that lit. Washington, it's the last trump. Bombs dropping like a bass drum. 10,000 at my right. And in the 7th trump, thy kingdom come. Don't get caught on the heathen side and lose your chance on the holy ride. Destroying Edom and knowledge pride. After 1,000 years, he gon' fry.
Incense, smoke, please don't choke. You need prophets, OJ, no pope. Hope they caught it off the ropes. Truth, I bought it, Baghdad, hope.
This world cold, let my soul glow. Wisdom twofold, please save my soul. Auction blocks, my forefathers soul. The greatest comeback, legends of old.
fire out.
They screaming peace when there ain't no peace. Israel prophesying in the streets. Look at me, the center of attention. Black Messiah coming with a vengeance. Coming with a vengeance. Black Messiah coming with a vengeance. They screaming peace, it ain't no peace. We prophesying in the streets.
We seeking peace in the streets of Babylon. Brandon Glock 40 tucking heat like a carry-on. Sinning against the fathers, got us sleeping, not napping on. Christ the King revealed this aerial phenomenon.
Shalom. So, alright, I know we had some technical difficulties or whatever, but all praise to the Most High, Lord's willing. Y'all download IUIC TV.
Right.
And tap in.
Right. That's right.
Now, back to the topic.
Right.
The age of decadence. So we saw the prophecy, right? It would come to a point in the last kingdom of the world ruled by Esau, which is the red and hairy man who was a cunning hunter and would conquer by the sword. And who the hell is that? Is that talking about Arabs?
Hell no.
Who the
Asian race?
Who the red people? Who we call redneck?
Red from the south.
Right. The so-called
Wick.
Caucasian. Right. So
check.
God told us that their world would come to a decline, which would end up in the destruction of the whole world. All right. So we're gonna show y'all something. All right. Now pull up the video I just sent to the IT page.
Hey,
So this is a dude. This dude right here, he be speaking on this topic a lot, but he very boring and monotonous. You know what I'm saying? So I guess he don't get a lot of, black people don't know him. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't got anything that makes him a spectacle.
Right.
He just a boring talking white man, but what he say be making a lot of sense. So we gonna show y'all and some things that what he say, and primarily the point that the scriptures just made about Esau being the end of the world. All right, we'll play that.
We have replicated the patterns that past civilizations in collapse underwent. An elite that is no longer connected with the real, that retreats into their bubbles like the Forbidden City or Versailles, and yet has total economic and political power. The crumbling of infrastructure, civilizations always decay, their cities go first, we've already done that. The retreat into illusion. The danger is that this time when we go down, the whole planet's gonna go with us.
Y'all heard that, right? You heard Esau.
He said it.
He said the thing about this time, this empire falling, the whole planet going with us. How do he know Esau is the end of the world? How do he know this? That's a made up my interest me. But notice he said the cities go first that already happened, right? Because every city you go to, even like with the downtown buildings, when you get up close, like we was in Philly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's a big city. That city is shitty. The city is shitty. I think I gotta keep it. There ain't no other way to put it. The city is shitty. But it says we retreat to illusion. Y'all ever seen them posts of it be in comedy, but it be like a little pretty lit city, and it be like, welcome to Birmingham, Alabama.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's comedy.
Right.
Because we know that is not how not a nan city in America is no more.
Hell no.
For real. Ain't no metropolis. Everything is in the state of decay. It's already happened. All right? Play the next part. Play the next time step.
Hey, I wanted to say something real quick. Because you mentioned like they reached the peak when they hit got on the moon. This lets you know that the technology that they had then is still, the stuff that's coming out now was already back then. We just now seeing it. The government already had access to a lot of this stuff, these cars that can drive itself, all of that stuff was, so we know if the peak was then, even though people might think, well, they making more special rocket ships, they putting machines on Mars. Yeah. No, that's the same stuff. Like you said, it's stagnant. They doing the same stuff, and we just seeing it. It's just being revealed right now.
If I'm not mistaken, It was a movie that came out like in the 70s or 60s, maybe the 80s. And it was a movie, I think it was called 2020.
Yep.
And it was supposed to be like super robotic and all type of, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And we didn't meet that incentive. We didn't get there. You know what I'm saying? For real. We didn't get there. It didn't,
Right.
because we gonna get into it too. Like you said, the institutional decay that goes into the school system. They not raising no brainiacs to elevate this society.
Hell no.
For real. Watch this play on.
Libertarian societies seek to funnel all intellectual and emotional energy into spectacle, into the Super Bowl, into celebrity saga. It's why the Nazi Party made sure every single household got a free radio. And now you sit there and watch Basketball Wives. You see Jay-Z's crib and how many cars he has. And it's the great kind of pacifier. I wrote a book called Empire of Illusion, The End of Literacy and the Triumph of Spectacle, which is about the danger of unplugging yourself from a print-based culture. So I actively resist the...
Did that go past the timestamp? It did go past the timestamp. But anyway, I think it did. Did it or did it not? Okay. So what he said was, in the midst of all this going on, we'll see MTV Cribs, you know, all of this and that. Like, we go to the Super Bowl and Super Bowl parties, and we indulge ourselves in those things. And it's dangerous because you unplugging yourself from the reality of society, and you go into this virtual world where it's all happiness and joy, but it's fake. That's not what's really going on. That's not what you see on the app is not what you read in the newspaper. It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? So you living in a, like you said in 1 Ezra 5 about the popular persuasions and the commotions and all of that is to paint an illusion of what's going on, but it's really not the reality. All right, they don't want to let you know that they're becoming weaker and weaker and becoming a target of nations that are becoming stronger.
And it's heavy you saying this because it's movies that, what's the movie the brother the watched? The stuff, Inception. Because it was basically like a dream. He kept replaying these scenarios over and over, thinking it was gonna change. And we'll get in this bubble. Let's go to the club every day, every weekend. We're doing this same thing, not knowing that outside of America, in Cuba and these other places, they having food crisis. Over here, floods. Over here, fires. Over here, wars. Over here, plots to destroy America. But you sitting here thinking everything is good, and they playing you. Right. It's like you in a damn TV. Stupid. You the movie you watching.
And that kind of remind me of The Flash. I know you probably seen
The Flash.
When they kept on, like, every time it was something going bad in the future, he would try to change up the timeline. But then he'll come back, and it's still some type of destruction.
Like if he messed with the timeline, it will alter something else.
Exactly. It was no way around it.
Inevitable.
Right.
All right. For real. All right. Play the next time, Stamp.
The state is pushing through one draconian law after another, whether it's the wholesale spying and eavesdropping, and monitoring, and photographing of every American citizen, whether it's the use of the Espionage Act to shut down whistleblowers, whether it's the National Defense Authorization Acts and Section 1021, for which I sued the president, federal court and won, which permits the U.S. military to seize U.S. citizens and hold them indefinitely without due process in military facilities. They're all doing this for a reason. They know what's coming. And I've covered uprisings all over the world. You know when the tinder is there. You never know what's going to trigger it. You never know when it's going to come. You never know how it's going to express itself, but you know it's there. And it's
there.
You know it.
You know it's there. So now, notice what he said, right? They got basically what we read earlier about through their policy, they going to cause craft to prosper in their hand. He mentioned, y'all got to listen to this boring-ass white man. He said He sued the United States of America and won. He sued them. But basically, if he wouldn't have sued them, if people like him didn't pick up on this stuff, it would have been passed. They passed a law that the military could capture you without, what's the word? Without due process. And have you as long as they want to have you captives. They passed that law. What was the white man doing? Smoking weed at a Boosie concert, a Dolph concert, a Meg Thee Stallion concert, walking on crates and all that, and they passing laws to be able to legally enslave your dumb ass. For real. Get Psalms 94 verse 20. Psalms 94 verse 20.
Well, they're talking about go back to Africa. They putting laws in place where you can't even leave America. Damn.
You got?
The book of Psalms, chapter 94, and verse 20.
Come on.
Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee?
Right. We want them to have fellowship with us so bad. They are the throne of iniquity. They are the kingdom of sin. That's why they mark is sin. It's not the damn chip.
Hell no.
It's the evil, wicked principalities. For real. Keep reading.
Which frameth mischief.
Which frameth what?
Which frameth mischief.
Frameth mischief. Meaning they able to concoct and orchestrate mischief through what?
By a law?
By a law. By a law. So they can make a law and put it out there subtly. And next thing you know, they'll just walk up on you and put you in the back of a van.
Come on now, dog.
You like, what about my rights?
Come
like,
on, man.
X710C. I can do this.
You're
you know what I'm saying?
right.
For real. They frame mischief by a law. That's what they do. All right? That's how you know their society is coming to an end. They just pulling stuff out of their hat. Whenever stuff happens, whenever they want to do something, they just, oh, let's do this, let's do that. Ugh! It's over with. They are not the nation that they once was.
Hell no.
All right, go back to the article we read at first, if possible. The one that say, yeah. Go back to that real quick. Go put it on the screen. All right, read where it say, we can say that decadence. After the comma, Jacques Barzin. We can say that decadence. All right, I'll read it. It says, we can say that decadence refers to economic stagnation, institutional decay, and cultural and intellectual exhaustion at a high level. I want to deal with the institutional decay real quick. Play that video of this sister right here. Now, this sister right here is proud to be in America. All right? She married to a Caucasian. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? She's not conscious of who she is whatsoever. But one thing about her is that she has brains in a carnal sense. Like, she has a mind to, similar to that white man that we just watched. You know what I'm saying? She's able to pick up on stuff that the society is doing underhandedly, while the majority of society is caught up in social media and BS. All right? Watch this. This is going into that institutional decay. Play that.
So I asked the question now to parents, why are you putting your kids into school? Like, well, actually, you go, oh, so they can learn. Well, again, I recommend you read this book. Actually, right now in America, we are producing the dumbest kids that we have ever created, according to standardized tests. Damn. The kids are actually getting dumber because they're replacing hard academics. These kids, Common Core math, they don't know how to do basic math. They don't know how to do basic math anymore because they changed it. Because they want kids to be dumber and dumber and woker. Because woke is the equivalent to stupid. Is the equivalent to stupid. Is the direct.
So when she say woke, she not talking about knowing you an Israelite.
Right.
She's saying like chakras and hotep and all of that. That's the woke she talking about. And she's exactly right. All right. We'll go back.
Equivalent to stupid, right? You know so much, you know nothing, right? Ask those same kids that are coming home and lecturing you about how backward you are to perform a basic algebra equation. They can't do it. We rank 37th for math, the United States. 37th. Do you know how pathetic that is? Wasn't that way. It's happened over time because they replaced hard academics with wokeisms. You think that's bad? Look up Bill Gates and his initiative. It's called Equitable Math. I'm being serious. Bill and Melinda Gates are funding an initiative that they want taught in the public school systems that telling children that they should get the right answer in math is a form of white supremacy. That will be coming to a town near you. That the idea of getting the right answer, okay, is actually a form of white supremacy. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think Bill and Melinda Gates followed that idea for their children?
This sister confused.
Do you think that the person who founded Microsoft doesn't know math? Do you think that the person who founded Microsoft's children think that math is a form of white supremacy, that getting the right answer in math is a form of white supremacy? Do you realize that these people are intentionally trying to dumb down your kids? And have you asked yourselves why that is? What is happening right now in society, this cancer that is happening, this is late stage cancer. This has been going on for a very long time, right? This totalitarianism, they knew exactly what they've known all along. If you look at America, the beginning history of slavery in this country, the slaves had to be stupid. The slaves were not learned how to read. If a government seeks to enslave individuals, they have to be stupid, okay? They have systematically designed in the school systems to make your kids stupid. That is what's happening in the schools. Your kids are not learning. They're becoming dumber and dumber and dumber, and you're paying for it.
Hey, this is a little off topic, officer, but her husband really don't love her. Because you got to think about this. Her husband, we know they the devil, but he probably in a room right now because she doing this live, right? She be on the streaming, and he got his people like, you better shut this woman up. What that thing? You better shut your mouth. You better shut your wife. Look, they want her to be quiet because, and she don't understand this. What she's saying is very correct. But she still go against our people though when she with these people.
I'm gonna tell you why Esau probably don't got a problem with her. It's because look at her, the way she talk.
Right.
The man she married to is her viewpoints. She pro-Trump and all that. Ain't no black women taking heed to that. Damn. Listen to what she's saying. She's saying take your kids out of the schools, learn to homeschool or whatever, be a regular mother again.
Right.
Because the schools are dumbing down your kids. Message. Right? So her audience is going to be more so Caucasian women. You know what I'm saying?
Already at home.
So they don't got a problem with it because what she's saying, the white people should take heed to that. You either go private or go homeschool. The average black woman don't even know who the hell she is, let alone follow her on Instagram.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And them the kids, the black kids that's raised by single black mothers, they ass gonna be in the damn public damn school being enslaved. As she was saying, they are enslaving your kids through the education system. It is in a decay. They not teaching your kids to have a brain and to think and to innovate and invent. No, they teaching them the damn critical race theory and all of that. It's like basically trying to what's the word? Like it's like reverse psychology or whatever. Like you know, yes, you're oppressed because you're black, and we're on top because we're white.
Come on now, dog.
Like it's because we're not teaching. You know, that it has happened, so now it's not going to happen.
Cap.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Like trying to, the tactic of Satan, like transform himself to an angel of light.
Right.
Like I'm not going to hide from the fact that, yeah, we did oppress you. But me doing this shows that we're past that. You see what I'm saying? Right. So that's what's consuming the curriculum of schools now. That's irrelevant as far as going to school and learning how to read and write and invent and do science, science, technology, engineering, and math. It don't got nothing to do with that.
Hell no.
And that's what the school system consists of now, and these kids becoming dumb as hell, and all they care about is social arguments and debates and things of that nature, which is a part of the age of decadence. Go ahead.
I don't know if people caught it, but she basically just told you that in the schools they're gonna start teaching your kid that 2 + 2 can equal whatever you want it to.
Right.
There's no absolute anything now. Esau, they gonna do their best to go complete opposite of anything that's right. They probably got a list of things that are right, and then they're gonna go down the list and make it wrong.
Come on now,
That's what they
dawg.
doing. They gotta go to now that they see they in a state of decay, they trying to run. Okay, let's run the opposite way. They trying to fray. They trying to get on. They trying to get out of Dodge. That's their tactic, the smoke screen. And also you mentioned about the history and all that thing. What they're doing now is they took the black history out. They said no 1619 project, and since you actually lost your job, but they replaced that with the LGBT history,
Come on
LGBTQ
now,
history,
dawg.
and Asian history now. I seen some about that. They're actually forcing Asian American history in the schools now.
I hate it here.
Like you said, just a full circle. Everything is just to go against the Israelites. It's war against us. And
Don't ask no questions, just do. Damn.
Hey, pull up the article, International Man. America's late stage decadence. International Man. It was the one beside the one you just clicked.
That's it right there.
Okay. All right. Scroll down. Read that.
America's late stage of decadence. International Man. Economically, politically, and socially, the United States seems to be headed down a path that's not only inconsistent with the founding principles of the country, but accelerating quickly toward a boundless decay. The word decadence is often associated with the fall of the Roman Empire, which became morally corrupt.
Which became what?
Morally corrupt.
Which became morally corrupt. That's what we're dealing with next. All right, we'll read on. Come on. What happened? Okay.
It's people lazy, wasteful, and lacking discipline.
The people lazy, wasteful, and lacking discipline. Real quick, get Ecclesiastes 10, verse 18. Watch this. So when the people become lazy, wasteful, and lacking this, God tell you what's going to happen. God tell you exactly what's going to happen. Read what you got.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 6.
Come on.
Folly.
18.
Verse
bro.
18. By much slothfulness, the building decayeth.
By much slothfulness, the building what?
The building decayeth.
The building goes through decadence. So this society, this America, when the people become lazy and wasteful or whatever, they just want to be on social media all day and chill and scam and not work and not serve one another and have a purpose in life. What happens? You got these raggedy ass cities, everything raggedy. You know what I'm saying?
Pulling it up everywhere.
We see road work. They always working on a damn road, and it's always messed up.
Right.
It's always potholes.
like
It's
this
always
and-
bumps and
right.
curves. You know what I'm saying? It's going nowhere. For real. Because that's the condition of the people in America now. They lazy. All right? And that's what caused this country to decay. Read on.
And through idleness.
Through what?
Through idleness.
Through idleness. That's inactivity. Not working. Not having a hand to the plow, but your hand is on your phone. Through idleness, Reno.
Of the hands, the house droppeth through.
The house droppeth through. Comes to a decline. All right, go back to the article.
Hey, other nations see that. The Chinese man always talk about how lazy, fat the Americans are.
Scroll down to where it say to where it say eat, drink, and be merry. Scroll down. Scroll right there. Watch this.
Eat, drink, and be merry. For tomorrow we die.
For what?
Tomorrow we die.
Hey, we finna get that. Get Wisdom of Solomon 2. But it say eat, drink, leave it on the screen. Eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die. YOLO. How it go?
You only-
Some. That's the motto, nigga. YOLO better every day. Right? That's the motto, nigga. YOLO. For real. That's America's. That's our thought process, especially the younger generation. Go ahead. That's not
the attitude of a rising civilization.
That's not the attitude of a rising civilization. That ain't the thought process of a nation that's on the rise, that's constantly trying to innovate and build it. No.
Right.
Everybody looking at it like, man, the world might end tomorrow. Let's party. Let's turn up. For
That's
real.
crazy as hell.
You a man? All right, we just gonna keep it a secret. That's the that's the damn.
Come on,
that's the state. That's what we living in. For real. Keep reading.
The opposite of decadent is to be constructive, disciplined.
What?
Discipline.
So the opposite of decadent is discipline. Do you see any discipline in the world today? Matter of fact,
That's China.
hold on. It's funny that you just quoted Trump because I want to show a Trump clip real quick pertaining to that lack of discipline. He says something heavy. I want y'all to hear this concerning the because this is a part of decadence as well.
China.
Watch
Maybe that's
this.
a question you should ask China.
Bring it out.
Hey, cause they disciplined. They over there, they disciplined, man.
Hey, pull up that clip right there.
They kicking out the.
Watch this, y'all. Look. Play that.
What you ask China?
Watch this, y'all. He gonna say something heavy. So a part of decadence is going into the weakening of the military of the society as well. All right.
Hey man, we ain't promoting them, man.
All right. Put the sound on.
New rules pushing twisted critical race theory into classrooms across the nation and also into our military. Our generals and our admirals are now focused more on this nonsense than they are on our enemies. You see these generals lately on television? They are woke. They're woke. Our military will be incapable of fighting and incapable of taking orders. You're going to tell some private, stand up. You stand up right now. I'm not standing up. You can't talk to me that way, General. We're going to have a whole different ballgame here. I don't know how they're going to work that out.
Hey.
The private's going to tell the general, don't you ever speak to me that way, General. I'll kick your That's our military. That's where we're going. Woke. I know some of these guys. Boy, they changed quickly. They went right over to the other side. I heard that about a couple of them. The military brass have become weak and ineffective leaders, and our enemies are watching and they're laughing.
Damn!
Bring it out.
So it's the military, the generals, they becoming weak and ineffective. It's they can't tell nobody what to do no more. There is no discipline. I bet you they gonna pass something because you know it might have been already then crept in with the LGBT thing. Like you can't say yes sir and no sir no more because you don't really know if it's a sir. Yeah, so it probably ain't no more yes sir, no sir. That's finna end. You know what I'm saying? No more salutes. Man. I'm telling you,
Hey,
bro.
you know it changed too because I don't know if y'all been seeing it, but they got these military people now recording and dancing and stuff like that. Y'all be watching that?
Hell no.
They got these young ones out there. They might dance or something, or they'll be like, "Hey, look at this! I'm doing this or that." Before, you wasn't seeing the military allowed to stream on base and stuff like that. Now they streaming everywhere, and it's getting weak.
Hey, hold the wisdom of Solomon too, but get Isaiah 14 real quick.
Getting weak
because he said, "Our enemy is the enemy is mine." He said. Our enemies, meaning the enemies of the United States, like Russia, China.
Cabal.
They watching and they laughing. Why? Isaiah 14, read verse 4.
Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 4.
Come on.
That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon.
Come on.
And say, how have the oppressor ceased?
Right, so that's going into the future prophecy after America is destroyed. America is Babylon.
Right.
All right, that's the last ruling kingdom of the earth. We already read Esau is the end of the world. That's the daughter of Babylon. When you read Psalms 137. All right, jump down to verse 10. Watch this.
Verse 10. All they shall speak and
all they shall speak. Is that what it say?
Right.
Read it again.
all they shall speak.
All they shall speak. The they is talking about the enemies, the other nations. They shall speak and do what?
And say unto thee,
Uh-huh.
art thou also become weak?
Art thou also become what?
Weak?
So the nations looking at America like, oh,
Look at this.
oh, these the World War I and
Bullies.
II, and you know what I'm saying? These the atomic bomb, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. This is y'all?
The hell is this?
Y'all can't even tell y'all privates what to do anymore?
Your president can't even walk on the sidewalk. You gotta walk in bushes.
Right.
Man.
It said you have become what?
Art thou also become weak as we?
So now we competition. You see what I'm saying? Now we on the same playing field. Now we becoming a target. Why? Because America is becoming weak. That's decadence. The discipline, the strong military and all that is decaying. For real. Kids ain't even growing up wanting to go to the military.
Hell no.
All right, go back to the article.
It's crazy. Like everything has a prime and then a fall.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's what your favorite basketball team, football team,
Rapper,
rapper. If Lil Wayne tried to drop an album, and he tried to, if he tried to drop an album, he would not get the numbers that he got back then because we dumb. We don't even want to hear those smart, what you call them?
Metaphors.
And stuff like that. We don't want to hear that. Everything has a fall.
Exactly. Read that, the opposite.
The opposite of decadent is to be constructive, disciplined, forward-thinking, and self-respecting.
Come on.
You produce more than you consume and save the difference.
You produce more than you consume and save the difference.
Message.
Brothers in the body can't even do that. But it's like you produce. That's what a constructive society does. They produce more than they consume, and they say the difference to build up the account. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
But watch this.
That's exactly the opposite of what Americans are doing today.
That's exactly the opposite of what you see in America. We are consuming. That goes into the economic stagnation. Because we consuming so damn much. We see something we want to buy. We got our phone in our face all day, the algorithms, and you mentioned something. Dang, I need a back brace. Before you know it, you see ads of back braces on your damn timeline. The hell is this?
Come on,
It's all about consumption, and nobody is driven to become a producer. Nobody is, I'm going to become an engineer, and I want to make this and make that. Don't nobody got the mindset. I just want to get the racks. I just want to get the money so I could buy all the stuff. Right? So that means that America is in a state of, keep reading,
we're completely decadent.
We're completely meaning we full-fledged in the state of decay. For real. So now keep reading.
Small comfort that the Europeans are even worse off than we are.
That's the 10 toes. It's the same beast though. It's the same beast. For real. The Europeans worse off than America. For real, nah. Get Wisdom of Solomon 2. Let's deal with that eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die. Start at verse 1.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 1. For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright.
Come on.
Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy.
Read.
Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave.
So that's the mindset. Our life is short and tedious. All right, and they don't believe in God. It's a faithless generation.
Right.
So they're like, ain't nothing after this. I need to live it up. That's the motto, nigga. YOLO. Go ahead.
For we are born at all adventure,
Read fast.
and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart.
Come on.
Which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance. And our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning.
Read.
For it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again.
Read.
Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth.
You see that? Let us enjoy the good things that are present. So it's not forward thinking. It's not let us create better things for the future.
Right.
It's let us enjoy the good things of the present. Let us exasperate every good thing that America has for our pleasure. And that's why we exhausted, because that's all we do. Go ahead.
Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass by us.
Read.
Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place. For this is our portion, and our lot is this.
Right. That's why people travel and, you know what I'm saying, go on hot girl summer tours and all that. They want to leave tokens of their goodness in every place. Everybody just doing, but your life is a bucket list. That means that means we at the end. Nobody is forward thinking. We are completely in decadence. Read on.
Verse 10.
Come on.
Let us oppress the poor righteous man.
Uh-huh.
Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age.
Nor reverence the ancient gray hair. That's why you see the elderly don't get no respect.
Right.
The bums or whatever. You a bum? Couple wet wipes case a bum try to touch me. Yeah,
bum bum.
That's the attitude now. You see what I'm saying? But a society, like when you read the Bible, God, he say he the God of the fatherless and the widow, right? The poor shall never cease out of your land. It's our duty to serve and look out for those type of people.
That
That means that the people, as a nation, you will have a purpose to serve. You work hard or whatever to be able to help your neighbor, right? But that is no longer existent in America at all. All right, it's no type of duty to deal with the poor. They are scorned. All right. Now, get what I just forwarded to the IT page. Now this voice is very annoying and whack as hell, but it's some heavy. It's some heavy stuff. I want to use this to segue into, you know, your VMA performances and you know your sex and gluttony aspect of the decadence. For real, watch this.
Deterioration in the age of decadence is women gaining more power in public life and government. An increase in the influence of women in public life has often been associated with national decline.
Damn!
I don't think this is necessarily to say
Well,
that
I be damn.
More
So,
time for the feminists.
what is the biggest movement besides LGBT? They really sisters. What is the biggest movement in the earth right now outside of the Israelites? You know what I'm saying? And that's on the rise at a rapid rate. The feminist movement. More women are becoming in power. You see what I'm saying? That has always been associated with national decline. The weaker vessel is stepping into positions of rulership. Think about it.
Go ahead.
I was
go
gonna say, and that's why we're going back to the point that these other nations see that we got that vice president. She a woman.
And we damn near had Hillary.
Hey, it's
right. And then we got the slow president now. So when he pass away, she step in.
I get tired of you, bro.
It's gonna be confusing.
Hey, it's crazy. Like when I be driving up to these shipping yards and so y'all know I drive trucks now. Bro, it be women on the what you call them, the bulldozers and
You talking about
and all the crazy, they be the ones taking your tarp out and lifting it.
Damn,
for real,
100-pound tarp.
The tarp.
Watch this. Now, real quick, getting their home 3 and 13, real quick. We got to get there real quick. All right? That is biblical. That is biblical. That is, when you see women in power and in rulership or whatever, just know the enemy is coming. Oh, y'all got a broad? Y'all got broads running y'all country?
Laughing at them.
You finna come sack y'all at.
That don't fly here.
Hey, read that. Watch this.
The book of Nahum, chapter 3 and verse 13. Behold, thy people in the midst of thee are women.
Meaning the feminine men and masculine ass women. Everybody is a damn woman, whether they damn born one or act like one.
But why?
The people in the midst of you are women, read.
The gates of thy land shall be set wide open.
Now the gates of your land gonna be set wide open for what? The enemy to come in and destroy. Read.
Unto thine enemies.
Unto who?
Unto thine enemies.
Unto China. Unto Russia. Unto Taliban. Your gates finna be wide open.
They letting them in.
The people in the midst of you are women. They don't know nothing about war. They supposed to be the nurses. They're to doctor you up when you get wounded.
Right.
But now they at the forefront of the battle? Oh, hell no.
Stupid.
Was that it?
The fire shall devour thy bars.
The fire shall devour your bars. Your border, your national guard. Fire gonna devour them. All right, go back to the video.
Equality between men and women is a bad thing, but as mentioned before, Sir John said that institutions in the early empire used to instill their men with values of honour and truth. As this is no longer the case later in the empire, it seems that men begin to become weaker, and so the problem isn't necessarily women gaining equality so much as men becoming weaker. To illustrate this point, I'd like to turn to John Calhoun's Mouse Utopia experiment. In 1973, John Calhoun conducted an experiment on mice, watching and recording their behaviour through the population cycles. This was known as the Mouse Utopia or the Mouse Paradise experiment. It was later repeated with similar results with rats. He removed all the factors that could harm or kill mice, such as immigration, resource scarcity, disease and predation. These factors which he compared to the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. In this experiment, he noticed 4 distinct phases of growth and decline. The first stage was strive. This was marked by exploration and acclimatization. The second phase was exploit, where the population doubled every 60 days and social order begins. The third phase was the equilibrium, where the mouse population leveled off and they had all established their own territories and own in-groups.
Stop.
The fourth
Stop.
stage...
So, the third stage is 1969. That's what he's saying. He's breaking it down. So they did an experiment with mice to show, basically the evolution and decline of a society, right? So in the third phase, it was basically the peak, and from that point, you had decadence. The mice are going to display this in this experiment. Keep playing.
The second phase was exploit, where the population doubled every 60 days and social order begins. The third phase was the equilibrium, where the mouse population leveled off and they had all established their own territories and own in-groups. The fourth stage was the die phase. This stage was terminal and it led to the extinction of the mouse population in its experimental habitat. During the die phase, John Calhoun noticed a series of behaviours among the mouse population which he referred to as the behavioural sink. Among the males, the behaviour disturbances ranged from sexual deviation to cannibalism, and from frenetic overactivity to a pathological withdrawal from which individuals would emerge to eat, drink and move about only when other members of the community were asleep. The social organisation of the animals showed equal disruption.
At this time, some unusual behavior became noticeable. Violence became prevalent. Excess males strived for acceptance, were rejected, and withdrew. Huddling together, they would exhibit brief flurries of violence among themselves. The effects of violence became increasingly visible. Certain individuals became targets of repeated attack. These individuals would have badly chewed and scarred tails. Other young mice growing into adulthood exhibited an even different type of behavior. Dr. Calhoun called these individuals the beautiful ones. Their time was devoted solely to grooming, eating, and sleeping. They never involved themselves with others, engaged in sex, nor would they fight. All appeared as a beautiful exhibit of the species, with keen, alert eyes and a healthy, well-kept body. These mice, however, could not cope with unusual stimuli. Though they looked inquisitive, they were, in fact, very stupid.
Damn. So,
Dr. Calhoun called the lab.
so y'all gotta understand what she said. Nah, she said amongst all this violence and then, you know what I'm saying, the savages or whatever, you had a division of mice that formed called the beautiful mice. So they appeared like ruddy in body, you know what I'm saying, comely or whatever, and strong and abstaining from this and this and that, but they was really stupid as hell. Right? So you gotta think about it. Think about the people that's viewed as intellectuals, you know what I'm saying, the smart guys of this generation, the men that are well groomed and etc. That's on television and on social media. The stuff that come out of their mouth is stupid as hell. Stupid. They have no knowledge of the truth. They basically repeat rhetoric from centuries ago. Everything is quoting and repeating. Nobody is really saying anything intellectual anymore. So even the people that seem like there's something in the earth today, they're nothing. The beautiful mice demonstrated that. All right. It's like real quick. 1 Corinthians, I think it's 1. I just read it the other day.
Yeah.
I think it's verse 20.
The knowledge of this world.
Let me see what they say.
It's a 1.
Yes, read that.
Yeah.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 1 and verse 20.
Watch this.
Where is the wise?
Start at 19.
Verse 19.
Come on.
For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise.
That's God. God said he would destroy the wisdom of the wise. The decline, the decay, all this is spiritual. Right? Even when Candace Owens was going into whatever, this is spiritual. God said he would destroy the wisdom of the wise. Read.
And will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent.
And will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. Read on.
Where is the wise?
Where is the wise man in the earth today? Read.
Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world?
Where is the disputer of this world? Is he on TikTok? You know what I'm saying? He's a YouTuber?
Right.
Where is the disputer of this world? Read on.
Have not God made foolish the wisdom of this world?
And that's what you see. That's what you see in the earth today. The wisdom of this world is foolishness. It's no type of intellect level. Nobody is really saying anything that what ain't already been said. For real. Beautiful mice.
Message.
All right, go back to the video.
Period, the die phase, leading the population into extinction. Although the mouse utopia could house 3,000, the population began to decline at 2,200. In the shift from the equilibrium to the die phase, each animal became less aware of associates, despite all animals being pushed closer together. Dr. Calhoun concluded that the mice could not effectively deal with the repeated contact of so many individuals. The evidence of violence increased to the point where most individuals had had their tails bitten to some degree. Eventually, the entire mouse population perished. Dr. Calhoun's experiment is a classic example of a typical population and its growth when left unchecked.
It's an interesting point brought up about how the mice seem to become less aware of each other.
When left unchecked. Think about that. That's heavy. Keep playing, keep playing. This know what he gonna bring out.
Somewhat reminiscent of our society and how we become less aware of our neighbours and our local communities, we seem to be more and more isolated, caring only for ourselves. It's also an interesting point brought up about the excess males who strive for acceptance, become rejected, then they lose their sense of purpose, so they withdraw from the community and become socially retarded. They're called the beautiful ones. And this is what I was getting at when I said weaker males. These mice won't be able to contribute anything to their society, and if they were humans, they wouldn't be able to contribute anything to humanity. But what I find more interesting than that is the behaviour of the female mice. It's noted during the experiment that they begin to ignore or abandon their offspring, caring very little for their well-being, and that they begin to take on masculine traits such as aggression. John?
They begin to take on masculine. So in the midst of the weaker males, that withdraw themselves from society or whatever because they rejected it and so on and so forth. You got the women who stop caring about their offspring
to be a leader
and develop masculine traits. Wisdom of Solomon 14:22.
Dang, ostrich mouse.
This is decadence in the Bible. I'm finna show y'all.
Let me show y'all something.
Yes.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 22.
Bring it on.
Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of God.
Right. Go ahead.
But whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance.
The what?
In the great war of ignorance.
The great war of ignorance. That's one of the elements of decadence as well. Everybody is debating and going back and forth about irrelevant BS.
Right.
Come on, man.
This world is nothing but the great war of ignorance. Keep going.
Those so great plagues called they peace.
Right, great plagues called they peace. WAP. This peace. It's music to my ears.
It's a plague.
Lil Nas X, he's just such an inspiration. That's a damn plague.
Right.
They think that that's a revolution. Yes, then little gay boys don't have to grow up thinking to commit suicide anymore. They have a hero to look up to. They really calling that peace. That is a play. That is an invitation of depopulation. You know what I'm saying? Right. Be gay, embrace it. All right, what you gonna say when AIDS just start wiping our men out because you told them to be gay and embrace it?
Stupid.
Stupid.
For real. I'm telling. That's why the LGBT and the feminist movement go hand in hand. The more gay men are, the more women can take control of every damn thing. Because the man just gonna disappear.
Right.
For real, read them.
For whilst they slew their children and sacrificed.
Did he say they would stop caring about their offspring? This is going into abortions.
Right.
For real. They don't give a damn. They will slay you in the womb.
Right.
Because I got a life to live. I'm 25. I haven't been to Panama. Like, no.
Come on now, dog.
For real. They slicing and dicing these kids in their womb. Go ahead.
Or used secret ceremonies, or made revelings of strange rites.
Right, revelings of strange rites, going into the clubbing, going into even the Greek fraternities and sororities, the things that they do, y'all, them some strange ass things behind closed doors. And that's still on the rise.
You so strange for a little piece of change.
You know they got gay bars and gay clubs where all gay people can come together and have sex.
Strange rides.
Nude beaches, all kinds of things. Man, our people crazy.
Strange rides. For real. I'm telling you. Keep reading.
They kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled.
Ain't nobody faithful no more.
Hell no.
For real. What Kevin Samuel say? Married men don't cheat, they exercise options. Now it ain't even cheating no more. It's just what we do.
Cap.
That's what come with it. That marriage is defiled. And hey, it's very rare that you have sisters out there that's married that their husband is the only man they done ever slept with.
That's
Even
right.
if he did take her B card, she did at some point. She had to see if the grass was greener somewhere else. She had to, for real. That's the times that we living in. Keep reading.
But either one slew Either one slew another treacherously, or grieved him by adultery.
So either one killed one another treacherously, violence, murder, or I smash abroad.
Message.
That's what I'll make the stallion rap about.
Right.
Yeah, I'll slurp your man up. Then what?
Come on now,
Proverbs 7.
For real. For real, read on.
So that there reigned in all men, without exception, blood.
So this reigned in all, there were no exceptions. This reigned in all men, what?
Blood.
Uh-huh.
Manslaughter.
Read.
Theft. And dissimulation. Corruption. Unfaithfulness. Tumults. Perjury.
Read.
Disquieting of good men. Forgetfulness of good terms.
Meaning what? You do somebody something good, and they'll forget about it. They don't remember it. They don't remember when you looked out for them. They don't remember when you helped them out with this and this and that. You know what I'm saying? They just waiting for you to do something wrong so they can point that out and have a problem with you. Don't nobody forget the good deeds you do to them no more. For real. Read on.
Defiling of souls. Changing of kind. Disorder.
So what is the changing of kind? What does this mean? What does the Bible say? I thought the Bible is biblical time, outdated.
Come on.
Why does it say changing of kind? Why is it prophesying transvestites?
Nigga, you gay.
Why am I reading transgender? Why am I reading the T in LGBT in the Bible?
Right.
Why is that there? Y'all better wake the hell up. Read them.
Disorder in marriages. Adultery.
Y'all know what disorder in marriages is? The woman in the forefront, leading the head of the house. That's disorder in marriage. The kids eating first. You know what I'm saying? That's disorder in marriages. Read them.
Adultery and shameless uncleanness.
We finna get into that.
Shameless.
Matter of fact, was that it on that? Okay. It was another article I read that went this. But watch this, y'all. Let's deal with the morally corrupt. It said that the world will become morally corrupt in the age of decadence. All right, get the Lil Nas X BMA. So in the midst of the world being destroyed, the nations looking at us, the enemies seeing us become weaker and formulating a strategy to come and destroy us. The gates is wide open. Look at what we doing when we supposed to be preparing for war. Look at what we caught up in. Look at what's going on. Play that.
Oh.
Make sure, hey,
somebody's
wife,
scarring right now.
If this
my
was
son better not be watching this.
If this was 20 years ago, it would have been a damn uproar. It would have been like, what the heck? They would have probably got the damn BMA suspended. Right. You see what I'm saying?
Cut the camera.
But this was a revolutionary moment.
Hey, you know what's crazy? In every BET Awards, right? What the rappers be doing? They be up.
Right.
I wonder who the hell was doing that.
Right.
I wonder.
Bro, they always doing it because they know the person next to them, they going to try to cancel him if you don't support that thing.
They gay.
You hear the crowd in the background going crazy. And he won an award for this song, for this music video. The best
and
music
then he
video
got
award.
up and said,
gay think the gay agenda or whatever.
Because you got to think about it. Like, remember when he came out with the video, and then who you had people like Big Sean and rappers of that kind of nature, like that you thought was straight, was like, man, look at the creativity of that video. All that, bro, we don't want to see that.
Nigga, you gay.
You gay.
Hey, I'm telling you, bro. Hey, now get the next one about T.S. Madison with Boosie.
Hey, we might have got some views just for that. The
so
world
now,
is wicked.
We all know what Boosie said about that, right? About
I'm a beat
if he had a award show and I'm there, I'm gonna drag him off the stage and beat his ass.
He would have had the whole game jumping right there.
You know this. I got kids, right? So what? It's always the black woman. It's always the black woman that come to the defense of this. Yeah.
The black woman is the right hand of white supremacy.
Exactly.
Period. They're the lapdogs. Ready to attack.
Damn,
The
man.
biggest enablers for
This
sodomite men.
this be killing me because you gotta think. You know what I'm saying? The woman was created for the man, right? Like like it said in First Peter about you supposed to look up on women like Sarah and aspire to be like that. The women of old, right? That was in subjection to their husbands. So when you think about Sarah, remember Abraham had to get up and go here and there and deal with the Pharaoh and this and this and that. Sarah was a ride or die. She was a support. She was with Abraham through whatever.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Hell and high water. Sarah was there. She held it down. She was a helpmate for Abraham,
That's right.
And you saw, you know, the success that Abraham had. In the Lord, he prospered. He had wealth, he had land, he had riches, he was dignified throughout the earth. People knew him, people respected him. His name still live on to today. God called him his friend. Right? So it's power in the black woman supporting the black man.
That's right.
But I ain't gonna say somehow because it's Willie Lynch. Willie Lynch cut off that divine connection between the black woman and the black man, to where they could strengthen us and be a tower against death for us, and became the damn death for us. For real. Every time a black man speak out in any type of masculine vibe, the black woman got a damn problem with it. For real. Nobody, I never heard of this woman in my damn life. But as soon as this performance happened with these women, which is also wrong and wicked and evil as hell, she want to call out Boosie Badass. All right? Play that video.
Come on now, dog.
Nah, I don't want this video. We just gonna read this. Scroll down, I'm sorry. There has been.
There has been much talk about protecting the children amid conversations regarding Lil Nas X. The rapper-singer has been unveiling an epic rollout to the arrival of his debut studio album, Montero, this Friday, September 17th. And critics have not been silent. Several people have taken offense to Lil Nas X's industry baby music video.
Right, with that dance naked in the jail. Go ahead.
His performance where he kissed a man.
Right, national television.
And his promotional material, where he is seen wearing a prosthetic pregnancy belly.
Right, that which is against nature. Go ahead.
Boosie Badass has been particularly critical of Lil Nas X, from his Satan shoes to all of the aforementioned controversies. And now that the MTV Video Music Awards have ended, television star and trans activist.
And what?
Trans activist.
What
the what? Come on, man.
The hell?
When you think about a black person being an activist, you think about civil rights. You think about
some
empowerment.
That's right.
Exactly. This
Pro-life.
black woman is an activist for transgender.
They say gay is the new black.
Oh my God.
Come on,
hell no. It said she is what?
Trans activist T.S. Madison is wondering why the rapper hasn't come forward with his cry about the children.
Go down.
Nas X, what the fuck you doing? You just don't stop. I think he gonna turn around and suck one of his background dancers dick on national TV. Protect yours.
Right. So that was one of the posts that Boosie made that sparked the outrage of the LGBT community. All right. When he saw him kiss a man on stage at the award show, he was like, "Damn, what y'all gonna let him do next? Turn around and give head on TV?"
Man.
All right. Scroll down. Scroll up a little bit. Boosie has
previously lamented about Lil Nas X showcasing his sexuality and asked how he was supposed to explain the young star's behavior to his kids. Meanwhile, during the VMAs, Tiana Taylor was seen strapped down to a bondage board.
Cross. Go ahead.
While Normani was thrusting and grinding all over her. including putting her crotch in Tiana's face.
And this is a married woman, by the way.
Right.
Tiana Taylor
Right.
is a married woman. But they marriage ain't never been. They were the
Right.
disorder in marriages as well. The foul ass marriage. Go ahead.
Madison shared a clip of the performance with a message. Hey, wave emoji. Thinking emoji. What about the children? She wrote. Have you all put them to bed or did you figure out a way to explain this to your kids? Thinking emoji. Personally, I loved it. But I'm thinking of you and your kids right now. Where's Lil Bus Boosted? Shrug emoji.
Wow. So now you want to call this man out. You don't even know if he watched it. You don't know if he was busy. You don't know. You ain't even get the man time to even have a response if
Right.
he had one. That's what women do. So what you gonna say about that? Why you say that about it? Right. All right, keep going.
She caught a bit of backlash and later dropped a video to explain herself, while also showing off a few comments she received. No word yet on what Lil Boosie thought of the remarks.
Scroll
Check
down.
it all out below.
Play it. Decadence.
Ain't awards no more.
Right. So Romans 127 talk about that. The women with women. Hey, it's on national. It's an agenda.
Message.
It's an agenda.
On
Read
the
her
cross.
caption. Well, it's the same thing we already read. Hey, what about the children? Now play her video when she spoke. So I never knew. Never seen her in my life. I don't know who she is.
You got a lot of followers.
She's an active. There's really not that many.
Well.
Compared to Boosie.
Well, right.
Well, go ahead.
I said, whoa. Child. Anyway, y'all be blessed. Ponder on that. Share the video,
that's
like it, how y'all
that's a man.
discussions, all y'all
Right.
want to. I still stand on it. If you feel some type of way by two niggas, you need to feel some type of way by two bitches or shut the fuck up. Have a blessed day.
That's a man.
Wait,
Nigga, you gay.
So we
Wait
been
a
calling her she. That's a damn brother.
Yeah, that's the trans
Hey, oh my goodness. All right, so this is a guy. Damn.
No. I hate it here.
So now it say the script, the scriptures in Romans 1, it put them both in the same boat.
Right.
But she was like, you gonna feel some type of way, but he gonna say,
Have a blessed
you gonna
day.
you gonna feel some type of way about that man, you better feel some type of way about a woman.
I like it. Of course, you defiled, you nasty sucker.
How is that helpful?
Get Romans 1, man. We gotta
Repent.
get it. Romans 1, 26. But I wanna a certain point in this. Watch this.
The book of Romans, chapter 1 and verse 26. For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections.
Come on.
For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
So that's what we saw with the Tiana Taylor on the cross. And what's the woman name? Normani. Who the hell is that?
I don't know.
Okay. So a porn star. Okay. So yeah, she doing all that on the stage. That ain't that's not even appealing. It's gay. It was gay. Go ahead.
Message.
And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another.
So that's T.S. Madison. All right, he's a damn man, but he burned so hard in his lust toward another man, he tried to turn himself to a woman. Now, I'm finna show y'all the spirits that they deal with. Verse 29.
Verse 29.
Watch this.
Being filled with all unrighteousness,
Come on.
fornication,
Come on.
wickedness,
Come on.
covetousness,
Come on.
maliciousness,
Come on.
full of envy,
Come on.
murder,
Come on.
debate,
What?
debate,
What?
debate.
The bait. They always got a rebuttal. They
Right.
taking some up their buttocks. You know what I'm saying? For real. They got the spirit of debate. That's why, and that goes into the age of decadence as well. It's always senseless, pointless, vile, stupid debates about topics like this, right? And that's what you see. That's the spirit. The Bible is a true book. Y'all gotta
That's
stop
right.
playing with the Lord, man. It's real.
Hey,
The Bible is real.
That covetousness spirit gotta be strong on them too.
And then the next one it says deceit. That too.
Right.
Cause we
For
was
you to
over
live-
here
I was calling
him
her
a-
ass a damn, calling his ass a she. That's a damn.
You a whole man.
Man.
Come on,
You
man.
a
Yes,
whole
that's
man.
him.
You look at a woman and say, I want that.
That's a guy.
To be me.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
All praise. Get Genesis 6 now. Genesis 6 verse 5. Decadence. Y'all know the world ended before, right?
Right. They forgot about that though.
Yeah, I think they forgot
about that.
Y'all know the world ended before, right?
Right.
All right, let's get an account of what the hell was going on back then. Let's go.
The book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 5. And God saw the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
Come on.
And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord,
the world was so wicked, God said, why the hell did I make y'all? Why are y'all even here?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For real. Every thought in their imagination was evil. Evil. That's what you see. We read in Wisdom of Solomon, it said, without exception, every man was full of deceit, murder, lying, perjury, all of that. That was the same point humanity was at when the Lord destroyed it the first time. All right, keep reading.
and the Lord said, I will destroy man.
What?
I will destroy man.
So in that state of decadence is for as morality in the earth, God saw that and he said, I'm finna destroy this. I'm finna destroy it. For real. Read on.
Whom I have created from the face of the earth.
Come on.
Both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air.
Come on.
For it repented me that I have made them.
Right. Now get 2 Ezra 3 and 8. Gonna read the same thing. 2 Ezra 3 verse 8.
2 Ezra chapter 3 and verse 8.
Come on.
And every people walked after their own will and did wonderful things before thee.
It said that every people walked after their own will.
Right.
I want to be a woman, so now you're gonna call me a she when I got a whole genital sac dangling from my pelvic area. But I'm a woman.
Right.
Call me a she. Everybody walked after their own will and did what? Did what?
And did wonderful things.
Did wonderful things. That go into the technology, right? That go into the all of the stuff that you see people doing as far as accomplishments and achievements or whatever that we clap our hands for. Like Lil Nas X with the music video, with the pole, dancing on the pole down to the devil lap. That's some wonderful stuff. Not in the complimentary context of wonderful, but it makes you wonder, like, what the hell?
Like,
like, do they fear God? Hell no. That's the wonderful things that they doing. Read on.
And despised thy commandments.
And did what?
And despised thy
They
commandments.
despised God's commandments. They despised God's commandments. Read on.
And again in process of time.
And again in process of time. So in this state, because the world been like this for a while.
Right.
But it only then got worse and worse. So in that process of decadence, that stage of decadence, read on.
Thou broughtest the flood upon those that dwelt in the world.
God brought destruction. So before you see destruction come to the earth, you will see wickedness at its height. That's what we read in 2 Ezra. The world gonna be weaker through age, and evils will increase in the point of the earth becoming weaker. You see what I'm saying? And that's what you see in the earth today. And the Lord had to destroy that. All right, so now get Ezekiel 28. Ezekiel 28, start at 2. So, like I said, Lord's willing, everybody, well, not everybody, but some of y'all should know about Elon Musk and all of that. All of these technological advances. I didn't messed up their word
5
10 times. All right, but
20.
Watch what God had to say about that. Read that.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 28 and verse 2. Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord God, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man, and not God, though thou set thine heart as the heart of God.
What verse was that?
Verse 2.
Okay, read on.
Verse 3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel.
So when it said they set themselves up as God, that's what we read in Revelation earlier about the image of the beast,
Right.
and they make men worship it. And with that, they put these policies out in the earth that if you don't follow them, now you can't buy, sell, meaning trade as a nation. You gotta fall in concordance with America, right? So that's them setting themselves up as God. Now read verse 3.
Verse 3.
Come on.
Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee.
It says they are wiser than Daniel. When you read Daniel 1, Daniel had understanding in science. Right. So it say when it come to technology and all that, y'all wiser than Daniel.
Damn.
It's nothing that could be hid from thee. When it come to their surveillance technology and everything. Like I said, you have a conversation about grapes, and next thing you know, you get to scrolling and you see Whole Foods Market, the best grapes in town here.
The hell is this?
You're like, what the hell? How they know I needed where to find some damn grapes? You know what I'm saying? You can't hide nothing from them. Read them.
With thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches.
Right, with your wisdom and understanding, you have got your riches. That goes into that stage in which the nation was established, right? And built. Go ahead.
And has gotten gold and silver into thy treasures.
Yeah, you became rich as a nation. Read.
But by thy great wisdom and by thy traffic.
By thy traffic, by your mark, by your world trade, like it's saying in Revelation, the merchants of the earth, well, all of that. That's what that's going into, right? By doing that, including the selling of slaves, go ahead.
Has thou increased thy riches.
You increased your riches, read.
And thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches.
And your heart is lifted up. Before pride, come what? Right. No, I said that. Before
destruction.
Before fall, pride come before destruction. So it say they pride and so they proud. They didn't reach their peak. They got their haughty spirit or whatever. And it says, read on.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of God.
Come on.
Behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee.
What did God say he was going to do?
I will bring strangers upon thee.
So God says, since you caught up in your decadence and you think your don't stink, I'm going to send strangers on your ass. Right. Talking about other nations, right? Watch this. Pull up what I just forwarded. Which one I want first? Let me see. I think I forwarded the wrong thing too. Pull up the U.S. in damage control mode real quick. U.S. in damage control mode. Watch this, y'all.
The United States.
The fool. Play the video. Get me off the screen. Put the video on, get me off.
Continue close cooperation with NATO, with the European Union,
and
others in this endeavor. France in particular
is a vital partner on this and so many other issues. France and the European Union are seething after the shock cancellation of a €56 billion submarine deal between France and Australia. Instead, Canberra is teaming up with the US and the UK to create a new military alliance. Australia will be getting American-made nuclear submarines. A White House official says France was told before the decision was made public, but Paris has denied the claim. At the naval shipyard in Cherbourg, where Australians had already moved to work on the project, people are stunned.
I feel really sad. Yeah, really upset that I guess that we were setting up to be quite happy here, and now, and now we have to go, I guess.
The decision has caused anger at the EU as well, the bloc's top diplomat saying this is a good opportunity to rethink its international strategies.
It is a good opportunity to recall, to reflect on the need to raise the issue of European strategic autonomy. It is more proof of the need to exist on our own.
Meanwhile, in Washington, the French embassy has cancelled a gala initially scheduled for Friday. The event was planned to celebrate the anniversary of the Battle of the Chesapeake, a French naval victory that ultimately helped the United States secure independence.
Now, I hope y'all paying attention. Get Revelation 17:16. So what y'all saw, Biden out here doing the dumb, you know what I'm saying? The dumb way. And he's angering the European Union. I want y'all to understand something. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
Right.
That's right.
That is the Lord pulling puppet strings out. The Bible prophecy gotta be fulfilled. We just read it in Ezekiel.
Right.
The U.S. get to a certain point, the Lord is saying, I'm going to send strangers on you. Right? Watch this. Revelation 17:16.
The book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
So the 10 horns that was once on the beast, meaning in accordance, in alliance, really the same damn thing, would hate the whore. We end up hating America. Right? Read on.
And shall make her desolate and naked.
God said that them 10 horns, that European Union, them 10 common markets, they would make her desolate and naked. Read on.
And shall eat her flesh.
Watch this.
And burn her with fire.
And do what?
And burn her with fire.
And do what?
And burn her with fire.
So what the hell is, because remember we read about the old world being destroyed, right? For their wickedness, they got to that decadent state or whatever, and the Lord destroyed it with water. Then he made the rainbow, and he said, I'm not going to do that anymore. So how would this decadent society be destroyed? How would this empire fall? By fire. And he's showing you who going to take part in that. Them 10 horns, them 10 common markets. Do we got that? I think we got it on the study group or something. I want to show them the nations. While y'all pulling that up, keep reading.
Verse 17. For God have put in their hearts to fulfill his will.
So God have put it in their hearts to fulfill his will. You got to think. You got to think in your mind, like you got the whole continent, Europe. You got all the, all them different nations or whatever. Why they ain't been teamed up and did something to America? Because America been screwing over them. It said God put it in their heart to fulfill his will. Read on.
And to agree.
Uh-huh.
And to give their kingdom unto the beast.
So the only reason Europe has always been in subjection to America is because God set it up like that. He wanted to raise America up like he did Pharaoh.
Right.
Just to show the power of his prophecy.
That's right.
Read on.
And the woman which thou sawest is that great city.
So now watch this. So these the 10 heads that's going to burn America. All right. Read this. Start at Belgium. Come on.
Belgium, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Germany, United Kingdom, Italy, Greece, France, Denmark, and Ireland.
Right. And that's who, in particular, France, that's who the U.S., Joe Biden is pissing off. Now, I want the one that say, why are Pakistan and China legitimized? So now you done pissed off your friends, and look at what your enemies got going. Watch this. Watch this. This goes into Ezekiel when he said the Lord gonna send strangers upon you.
The first Taliban regime struggled for legitimacy. Only 4 countries recognized their rule. This time around, the list is longer. It has some new but frankly expected names. Number 1 is China. Human rights and religious extremism can take a backseat because for Beijing, it is all about the money. The indications were always there. Last month itself, a Taliban delegation had visited China. They were treated like rulers in waiting. And now Beijing has dropped all pretense. Listen to this.
We hope that the Afghan Taliban will unite with all parties and ethnic groups in Afghanistan to build a broad and inclusive political structure that suits Afghanistan's own natural conditions and lay the foundation for the realization of lasting peace in Afghanistan. The Afghan Taliban have repeatedly expressed their hope to develop good relations with China and look forward to China's participation in the reconstruction and development of Afghanistan.
So China has all but recognized the Taliban. What's in it for them? Resources, trade and security. Let me explain. Afghanistan is home to rare earth metals worth nearly $3 trillion. China wants to mine those metals. Secondly, it wants a trusted partner for the Belt and Road Initiative. Right now, China's Silk Route stops at the Afghan border. And with a friendly Taliban in Kabul, they can push on, possibly extend the BRI into Afghanistan. Reason number 3, a friendly Taliban is a non-meddling Taliban. You see, Afghanistan borders China's Xinjiang province, and this is where Beijing has put millions of Uyghur Muslims in labor camps. The Taliban can make life difficult at the border, push in their fighters, and support the Uyghur people. So China is extending a hand of friendship, basically a deal to ignore each other's abuses. And don't forget, Afghanistan is a war-torn country. Whoever ends up in power will have to rebuild it. That means infrastructure projects and energy deals. China sees this as an opportunity to make money and lay a debt trap. Next on the list is Russia. What an irony. The Taliban grew from Mujahideens who mobilized to fight the Soviet Union. Today, things have changed. Russia says Kabul is a lot safer now than under the Afghan government. It is a stamp of approval from President Vladimir Putin. But what's in it for him? For starters, no Americans. Russia was always irked by the Western intervention in Afghanistan. The Taliban is their bulwark against the United States. The regional dynamics don't end there. Russia considers Central Asia as its backyard, its own sphere of influence. During the first Taliban regime, this region was extremely volatile. Central Asian nations clashed with the Taliban. Their borders were frequent flashpoints. Russia wants to avoid a repeat. They have military bases in the region, plus energy pipelines and infrastructure projects. How can these interests be secured? By courting the Taliban. Once again, it's less about ideology and more about money and security. And finally, we have Pakistan. They have recognized the first Taliban regime and they are itching to recognize the new one. This is what Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan had to say about the fall of Kabul. Quote unquote, Afghans have broken the...
You can get out of that. Now get the video with China. China mocks the United States.
Can I get some real quick on what we just seen right here?
Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 13, verse 4. I got it right here. Isaiah 13, verse 4.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of the nations gathered together.
Doing what?
Gathered together.
As you see right here, you see Kabul, and now you got China gathering together. This is prophecy we're reading. Read on.
The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle.
When the Lord of hosts mustereth the battle, meaning he's assembling the nations to go against America.
Right.
We reading this in the Bible that you don't read. And you thinking we out here foolish.
Right.
Bible telling you war is coming to America. That's all I wanted also.
All right, go to the video. Alright, so that's enough. So, for those of you that can't see, it was a Chinese government official had tweeted a video of the Taliban swinging on an airplane to mock America, right? So you see Russia, China, Taliban, Pakistan, all of them getting in cahoots against America. And let's not forget about Iran, what America did to Iran, right? And they have sworn to get vengeance on America for what they did to Iran. So we showed y'all see what America doing with the EU. The EU finna turn on America. They friends that would help them fight against all of them is now starting to hate America.
Right.
And they enemies is all teaming up with each other. Right? Get Jeremiah 51:28. And remember what we read, remember what Trump said. All of this is finna come together. The decadence ties right into the destruction. All right? The society become caught up in BS, in sex, in laughter, and fake joy or whatever. Nobody's constructing, building, forward thinking or whatever. The men become weak. No discipline, the military, you can't even tell your private what to do no more and all of that. Watch this. Jeremiah 51:28.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 28. Prepare against her, the nations, with the kings of the Medes.
So God said, prepare against her, Babylon, the nations with the kings of the Medes. The Medes is going into the Iranians that America done already pissed off. So you got the damage Trump did is formulating or mixing together with the damage that Biden is doing. And they all finna team up and gang up against America. They preparing for war against America. Read on.
The captains thereof, and all the rulers thereof, and all the land of his dominion.
Read.
And the land shall tremble in sorrow.
God said this land gonna tremble in sorrow. Read.
For every purpose of the Lord shall be performed against Babylon.
Meaning every prophecy written in this Bible gonna be performed against Babylon. It's gonna be performed against America. Read on.
To make the land of Babylon a desolation without an inhabitant.
Watch this.
The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight.
So the military that was once feared by all, they done become so damn weak.
Right.
I bet you they gonna try to do a draft, and everybody gonna say, hell no.
Not me.
The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. Read on.
They have remained in their holds.
Uh-huh.
Their might have failed.
Their might has failed. Watch this.
They became as women.
What did they become as?
They became as women.
Ain't that what we saw with the mice experiment?
Right.
Ain't that a part of the age of that? Didn't that what happened with the Roman Empire? The same thing. The mighty men of America has became as women. Weak as hell. So if you got enemy, if I'm your enemy and I see you getting weak, when you think I'm going to attack? You see what I'm saying? For real. And you already doing little weak, slick stuff against your friends. Now your friends finna turn on you. It's all bad. It's destruction is coming. Read on.
They have burned her dwelling places.
They have what?
They have burned her dwelling
They
places.
have burned her dwelling places. Read on.
Her bars are broken.
They go back to Nahum 3 and 13 when it say the people in the midst of you are women, and now your gates is wide open and your bars are to be burned and broken. It's the same thing. The National Guard, the border protection, all that is finna be demolished and destroyed. They finna break through and they dropped the bomb on me. It's finna be bombs everywhere in America. The dwelling places finna be burnt up by these nations. All these nations, they not just doing this stuff to next year just forget about it and let bygones be bygones. No, they done invested trillions of dollars into nuclear weaponry. And they gonna unleash it on this great whore. They be like, man, we tired of this hoe. For real. I'm tired of this hoe. We finna get out the way.
That's slime. They say ain't
Right.
no fun when the rabbit got the gun, and that's exactly what's happening.
Exactly. That's what's happening. So we broke down, we showed y'all how America is in a state of decadence. It only been getting worse and worse and worse. And everybody caught up in the BS and Lil Nas X and all of this sex and all this money and these vain things when the world is in a state of decay. The end of the world is drawing nigh. And these nations got it in their mind that they gonna rule after they destroy America, not knowing that right when they in the midst of destroying it, Black Christ gonna come back with them angels to destroy all of it.
Right.
So it's gonna be a grand finale, and guess what? Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man is despised and ain't got no military.
Right.
And they ain't got nothing to do with none of this nonsense.
Right.
The ones that keep the commandments and faith in that black man that's gonna crack the sky, gonna be raised up as the rulers of the earth. And we gonna get powers to hunt all the rebels and bring them into subjection and subdue every damn body.
That's right.
So I want you, hey, we do these shows to wake our people up. All right, real last scripture. Get Romans 13.
Bring it out.
Romans 13 and 11.
Bring it out.
The book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Read.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
That scripture gotta be on your mind every day. And that's what our people don't understand. Your salvation is nearer than what you believe.
Yes,
you thinking you got a whole nother 2, 3, 4 generations and no, you don't. You don't. We don't got that much longer. For real. Very soon we will get out of it. I'm telling you, it's nearer than what you believe. And for you brothers and sisters that's in the body, that's in the nation of Israel, I'm telling you, man, don't get caught up in this decadence. Don't be on your phone or whatever, caught up in the BS like Bishop Kanai class yesterday. Bruh, we got to take heed to that. I'm going to put that in rotation every morning. I'm telling you. I got to. Because in these times, the last thing you want to do is trying to be serving 2 masters. Because when Christ come back, you know what I'm saying? He only gonna save his servants.
Back with the flames.
You can't be partial. You can't be first thing you do when you wake up. You trying to see what social media talking about. You trying to see what this and that talking about in the world. When the fashion of this world pass away.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And you not putting God first. You not making wisdom the principal thing in your life.
Right.
For real, you gonna be in trouble. But the only reason we would do that is if we don't understand how near the end is. Y'all better, man, it can happen tonight.
Right.
For real, you could, France and whatever, China, Russia, man, we can hear the first kaboom tonight. It could go down tonight. For real.
We praying for stuff like that. So
Hey,
y'all,
it's one of them
gotta
things
see
where
that.
it's one of them things where our people get real comfortable because we've been hearing forever that we in the last days or these are last days.
Right.
And without knowing the prophecies in this Bible, you're not gonna understand how actually we are near to our salvation.
Exactly. It's another scripture in Revelation 17 about the one of the horns or whatever withdrawing or whatever, the Brexit that happened, 2 years ago? Like all of these in their prophecy, the damn
Britain left, didn't it?
the thing. What Donald Trump making Israel? The embassy that was
Yeah.
prophesied in Daniel that didn't happen. Like all of this end time stuff. The Arabians remembering their nature. They on the damn Kiki. Do you love me with the chop? They wasn't cutting up like that last year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They remembering their nature.
We back.
For real, all of this stuff is the specific prophecies, not just the, the 2 Timothy 3, the last days, truce breakers, and, and then without, yeah, but it's specific prophecies that's being fulfilled each and every day.
That's right.
The salvation is nearer than what you believe. It's at the door. Behold, I standeth at the door and knock it.
It's just so heavy that you brought that out. That video you pulled about the dude that talking weird, like in the beginning, I had checked it out. He said basically empire lasts at least 250 years. So when did, I'm thinking like 1776, okay, so 250, that's about 2026. So if you're looking at that for the Deep Brothers, that's about 5 years left.
Right.
So hey, you never know.
Keep reading.
Verse 12. The night is far spent. The day is at hand.
So we didn't spend enough time in decadent. We all had our part in this decadent age.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We did not took part in the foolery. Now we didn't done enough of that. The night is far spent. Now it's time to wake the hell up.
That's right.
The day is at hand. The day of the Lord. Read on.
Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness.
Come on.
And let us put on the armor of light.
Read.
Let us walk honestly as in the day.
Come on.
Not in rioting and drunkenness.
Not in rioting and drunkenness. Because that's what's going on in the world. The YOLO. Everybody, we got one life to live. Let's live it up. Let's drink. Let's have fun. Let's burn up Target. That's what's going on in the world. God said, we not walking with them. That ain't what we doing. Them ain't our marches.
Hell no.
For real, read on.
Not in chambering and wantonness.
Not in chambering. Pull up the definition of chambering. God said, not in chambering and wantonness.
Where is the scripture at?
Chambering. Watch this. Chambering. Dun. Scroll, hit the arrow.
Play some bullet.
It might be an archaic definition. Scroll down. Scroll down. Yeah, pull up Bible definition. There's nothing that's here from them. Zechariah, we read it already. Scroll down.
I don't know.
Scroll down. All right, look, right there. Hit it. No. Yep.
Sexual immortality.
Scroll down. Scroll down, young man. Scroll down.
It ain't gonna allow ads. Allow ads. Oh. Wow. Hey, you know what all this line up with though?
What's that?
Matthew.
Allow
chapter 24.
ads. Allow ads.
Matthew chapter 24. Christ is explaining decadence.
Done.
Love of many waxing cold. The rumors of wars.
Done.
Right.
All that.
Done. Hit done. Did you hit it?
It's a fairy tale to the people, though.
Oh my God! Hit the
look that
refresh
junk up on my
button,
phone.
bro. Hit the refresh button. All right, scroll down. Thank you. Oh. Hit allow. All right. Allow.
Bible definition.
Oh. Oh my goodness! Why is this doing
Is
this?
it chambering?
Hey, go to what I just sent. See if that'll work. Let's just use that. It's got a bunch more in it. Go to what I just
Go
sent.
to the Merriam-Webster. All right.
Yeah, there we go.
Read that chamber.
Which one? Oh, chamber. A hall for the meetings of a deliberate. One. Oh. Room.
Uh-huh.
Bedroom.
Bedroom. So the chamber, because remember, when you get married, you're supposed to go to the what?
Chamber.
The marriage chamber to do what?
Have sex.
Get your freak on. So God said, in the last days, you don't need to be walking in chambering, meaning doing all this smashing and fornicating. All right, scroll down. Scroll down. I ain't gonna wish we had the damn biblical definition. Scroll down.
I seen something that says sexual immortality. He didn't click.
Nah, it was the Bible. It was where we was at. We just couldn't get past the app.
Hey, right.
Just read it off your phone, Doc. Just read it off your phone.
God damn, it just did some other stuff.
It said sexual immorality.
All right. Sexual immorality, lewdness. The night is far spent, the day is at hand.
Right, so sexual immorality and lewdness, meaning nastiness. You're nasty. All right, God said, don't walk in that way. Don't walk in them ways. And that's what you see happening to brothers. Drunkenness, because that's in there. That's what we just read, right? Riding in drunkenness. Brothers getting drunk. Woe is me. Getting drunk. And then they link up with a female and they make it happen. For real. They chambering. All right, read on.
Not in chambering and wantonness.
Come on.
Not in strife and envying.
Right, and wantonness is going into lust. All right, strong sexual lust. And it say not in strife and envying, not engaging in all them senseless debates. All right, read on.
But put ye on the Lord Jesus Christ, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof.
To fulfill the lust thereof. All right, so don't make provisions for your flesh. Like I said, now is not the time to try to fulfill your carnal desires. Now is the time to try to draw near unto God, because our salvation is near. For real. If you ain't getting your mind right, your spirit right, so you can be saved, you're going to be burnt up with this hoe, Babylon.
That's right.
Straight up. All right. Y'all have something?
No, sir.
Little bitty whore.
All praise to the Most High. Real, I guess get a proverb of the week. Let's get 29. Proverbs 29 to 12. Real quick. Proverbs 29 and I think it's 12. It might be 2. 29 and 2, I think.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 2.
Come on.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Right. So when the righteous are in authority, that's going into the beginning of it that followeth. Right? That's when Jacob, meaning us, is back in rulership. That's the only time the earth is going to be back in rejoice mode. All right? Read on.
But when the wicked beareth rule.
When the wicked beareth rule, read on.
The people mourn.
The people mourn. Why? Because we in a state of decay and decline.
Right.
Right? That's why depression is at an all-time high. Oppression is at an all-time high. And we caught up in all this social media and all this to escape the reality, the dooming reality of being in mourning. We have, like the white man said, we know it's here. it ain't no telling how you gon', how it's gonna come to that point. But when it get to that point, you gonna know where it's at.
Right.
For real. All right, I got one more scripture. This is 2 Ezra. I gotta find it real quick. Real quick. What you was gonna say?
Hey, that show you because even they mentioned earlier about utopia. When Christ return and he's in power, what you're gonna see utopia on earth with the Israelites when the Israelites bear rule. Right now we live in a dystopia. Another word for the decadence is dystopia, meaning the cataclysmic decline in society.
Right.
So understand this is not our rest, this is not our paradise, but one day it's gonna come.
All right, 2 Ezra 7 and 43, and then I'm done. Because this camera's finna be done. 2 Ezra 7 and 43.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 43.
Watch this.
But the day of doom.
The what?
The day of doom.
That's what decadence leads into. It segues into the day of doom. That's what all these nations getting mad at America for, is to lead up to that day. the day of doom shall what?
Shall be the end of this time.
World War III, that's the day of doom, and that's gonna be the end of this time. That's gonna be the end of TikTok. That's gonna be the end of VMAs. That's gonna be the end of Lil Nas X. That's gonna be the end of Lil Boosie. Boosie badass. For real. It's gonna be the end of all of that. Read on.
And the beginning of the immortality for to come. Wherein corruption is past.
Right, that morally corruption is gonna be past. Read.
Intemperance is at an
The
end.
lack of self-control, people bugging out and wigging out and doing all this and that is gonna be at an end. Read on.
Infidelity is cut off.
Like we read about the marriages being no longer defiled, it's gonna be an end to that. Read on.
Righteousness is grown. And truth is sprung up.
That's why you see it starting with this righteous remnant right here. All right, read on.
Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed.
You're not gonna be able to say the so-called white man. You reap what you sow. He done sold this wicked ass world that the sins have reached unto heaven. We were supposed to get that, and we didn't get it. Damn. All right, but all praise to the Most High. Lord's willing, man, we'll be back next week with some more fire.
More fire.
You know, because like I said, these prophecies is unfolding non-stop each and every day. It's more and more biblical updates.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the world is trying to stay up to date with the Bible. For real, we say that the Bible is out of date with the world, but the world is trying to stay up to date with the Bible.
Right.
I'm telling you, that's what's constantly happening. That's why you're going to continue to hear us and see us week after week bring these things out, because it's real.
Right.
All right, we can go on and finish this script.
Nor to oppress him that have gotten the victory.
There ain't no more oppression from the white man. No more nations having dominion over us at all whatsoever. We would never, ever have to worry about getting a loan ever again.
Right.
A credit check ever again.
Right.
We won't have to hear hurry up and buy ever again. No more hurry up and no more furlough. We are ready to get furloughed.
Right. Goodbye.
No more furlough. For real.
That's gonna go back to your
That's
homeland.
what's coming. Right. That's what's coming. All right. So the day of doom gotta happen.
Right.
And then, you know, our salvation follows.
That's right.
So for those at home on the Real Underground Radio or in the Little Rock area, we do have a school located right here, 1802 Highway 161, North Little Rock, Arkansas. You can contact us via email, iuicarkansas@gmail.com, or phone number is
855-484-4842, extension 751.
Exactamundo. Give us a call, reach out, come congregate so that we can end this decadence and we can reign and rule forever. Support our leadership at IUIC.fundraising at IsraelUnite.org so that we can travel the world and spread this gospel, because it's people in Africa, it's people in South America. We have people all over the world that's suffering from the policies and the laws that America is enforcing and pushing on our people. So if you're tired of getting vaccinated, if you're tired of going through these things, support the Booster Club so we can get up out of here. You want to donate to Let's Talk Truth or IUIC Arkansas. You can give alms online via PayPal at iuic.littlerock.ar at israelunite.org. So you want to support the movement financially, you can do that as well. All right? If you have any leaders, if you have any teachers, you have any professors, your pastor, anyone who you would like to see us speak to and go over these things with, have them reach out with that same contact info. All right? We do community outreach. We talked at churches. We spoke at colleges. We've done these things. So if you know anybody, reach out. We can set it up. We can make it happen so that we can make a bigger impact in our community right here in Arkansas.
Roy.
All praise to the Most High God. Y'all drop y'all suggestions for topics next week.
Right.
And we'll consider. And y'all just keep sharing, man. Like, comment, share, spread it.
And
I want
repent.
y'all to be convicted by this stuff.
Right.
Like, it's really irrefutable, but I know the mindset. Like, it say Babylon, it say Edom. You know what I'm saying? If it don't say white man, if it don't say America, you confused because you don't understand the Bible. All right, but understand, Esau is the end of the world. If you have some type of tingly feeling that we're in the last days, that means that the person reigning is Esau, right? And that means that his kingdom is biblically referred to as Babylon.
Right. That's right.
So when we read Babylon and we read Edom and destruction pertaining to them, that means that destruction pertaining to America.
That's right.
So that's what all that points to. That's what all that is talking about. So don't be confused. Wake up. Tap in. Right. Tap in. These scriptures is real. I know some people seeing this and hearing this be like, they ain't talking about
Damn, guys.
snorting line.
Damn.
Smoking dope. I'm telling you, the great war of ignorance.
Living that life.
That's how you want to. Hey, all praise to the Most High. Flames for your ass. All right?
Hey, if you on YouTube listening right now, hey, we 3 likes away from 100. Just go on and, put the thumbs up real quick.
Yeah, go on and hit them.
Go on and hit the thumbs up right now.
Yeah, subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any content from IUIC Arkansas. What we got?
That's
videos
right.
coming out basically every day of the week now.
Yes.
So we got Classroom, we got radio, we got clips, we got all kinds of things coming out. So barbershop talk. Go subscribe, go hit that notification bell so that you can be up to date with all things IUIC Arkansas.
All right, with that, shalom.
Babylon, I'm about to fall. Oh, you gon' hear about it. You gon' hear about it. Right now you in your kingdom, and that's why you're showing out in front of everybody. In front of everybody. Babylon about to fall. Oh, you gon' hear about it. You gon' hear about it. The prophecy and revelations coming true, and I know that you read about it. You done read about it. Babylon about to fall.
Babylon about to fall down. Like the London Bridge is coming all down, yeah. When Christ return, there ain't no one to call now. Don't even think that you can hide or even run now, no. If you ain't living right, then it's repent or die. Wake up to the truth, cause you was sleeping lies. You think sinning is hot, then you're in full of fire. Make haste to keep his laws because the end is nigh. Everything just playing out, the war already won. The prophecies coming to pass, but they already done. All praises to the black Messiah, God's begotten son. Cause Babylon fit born.
Babylon about to fall. Oh, you gon' hear about it. You gon' hear about it. Right now you in your kingdom, and that's why you're showing out in front of everybody. In front of everybody. Babylon about to fall. Oh, you gon' hear about it. You gon' hear about it. The prophecy and revelations coming true, and I know that you read about it. You done read about it. Babylon about to fall.
Palms bursting like Sodom, kidnap them princes and daughters. Prepare them dogs for the slaughter. For them who hung us and robbed us. For them who sold us and bought us. Who cut us off from our fathers. Praise the Lord for a judgment. I want them scorching and tortured. All praises, we've been waiting for them revelations. Them prophecies expose the wicked amongst all the nations. Who made the world drink up for wine of fornication. Your country, 'tis it, the mother of all abominations. This is the foundation, bunch of red faces, now supposed to be in our places. Greatly mistaken, great desolation, waiting, coming for the Cayman. To the saints have patience, we gon' shine again. Waiting on our time again. Great fall of Babylon, never to rise again.
Oh, you gon' hear about it. You gon' hear about it. Right now you in your kingdom, and that's why you're showing out in front of everybody. In front of everybody. Babylon about to fall. Oh, you gon' hear about it. You gon' hear about it. The prophecy and revelations coming true, and I know that you read about it. You done read about it. Babylon about to fall.
There is one place that shows light on the dark.
So people with dark skin getting off.